The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
But the SOP sounded familiar. So I asked, what does that mean? It's a type of, it's not a 401k, but it's a type of, it's like an employee savings plan.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And I said, well, okay, but also what does that mean? I know I know it's the cashier. I know. He actually listens to the show, as a matter of fact. It's one by my house.
Hi.
And that's it's a subtle reminder from Winco management, because it's an employee-owned thing. The stores are, that they need to check the bottom of the carts to make sure that, we were talking about the other day how Chris approves of shoplifting.
Huh.
I said it's good to keep more people employed.
Yeah,
checks and balances.
So I guess there's just a major problem where people pull up and the cashier can't see down into the bottom of the cart where you could put, I think probably most people put toilet paper, paper towels, soda, bottled water, whatever that you put on
Swiffer Power Mop.
Yeah. Yes.
Swiffer Power Mop.
And so it's basically saying, make sure you check underneath. That was an interesting.
It's like check the back seat.
Check the back seat. And then I went home because I remember hearing this once. I went home and I just went down a Winco rabbit hole. If you ever get a chance,
you went online and watched Winco videos.
No, I want to know more about Winco.
No, it was I did. They're from Idaho, and I guess they're an employee-owned business. But all I was reading about, you can do this. I'm not making it up. Was how many of their employees were basically checkers for 20 years and now are millionaires because their benefits are so insanely good. So insanely good.
It's not too late.
Right. Started thinking about that. I was like, it's a legit, the connotation is oh, he's checking people out at a grocery store. What happened to his life? No, that guy's probably got a better house than you. I love that. I love stuff like that. Take care of your employees, set them up, make it happen, no matter who it is.
What does Winco stand for?
It's funny you asked that.
Winners.
It stands for Washington Idaho Cooperative.
Excuse me?
Did you know that?
Where's the N?
Yeah. We're missing something.
I was completely making all that up.
So you don't know?
No, I really don't.
For all the states that they're in.
Washington, Idaho.
What's the next one?
Nevada.
Yeah.
California, Oregon. Hey, I didn't know that. That's ingenious. That's awesome. Good for them. Hey, Winco.
You went down a Winco rabbit hole and didn't know that.
I didn't check that part out. I would say this. If Jonathan Winco is listening, he's the CEO. The only things I don't like about Winco are They don't have the little. I'm getting used to more now the little phone beepy where you can you have your card on your phone, the Apple Pay or whatever. They don't have that, and you can't use. You can only. It's only
the
cash.
phone beepy, so you avoid the typer thing.
The type, yeah. I don't that way. The typey, he puts all the stuff in. Then
my God, you have to give him money with your hands.
I'm just saying, I can't use the card on my phone, and you also you have to use it's either cash or ATM card. Like if you wanted to use a credit card or something, no. And I don't know. It's probably I'm sure it's like they charge an extra or whatever. I say, you know what? Pass that as a fee on to me. If the company shouldn't have to pay for that. I get that, but if I want the option of paying with my phone and it's an extra % or two, well, then just say, hey, if you use your whatever, this is your fee. Let me make that. If I forgot my ATM card in the car or whatever, let me make that decision. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Were you at the game last night?
I was not at the game last night. I watched the game last night.
Fun game.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we're gonna have an A on today.
An athletic. Yeah.
An athletic.
That athletic did not play, but was warming up to play.
I was told he did not play as to rest him for today.
Yeah.
For the show.
I believe that.
They actually sent him home a little early to get some extra sleep.
Yeah.
Because he'll be joining us at 9:40, right?
30,
9:30, 9:40, whatever. Sometime in the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
9:30. Mason Miller is going to join us.
That guy brings the heat.
He sure does. And his stats are just absolutely stupid this year. I mean, they really, not that they weren't before, but my God, he's got to be up there with Paul Skeens and like two other guys as the most unhittable people.
Yeah, I forgot there was some stat the other day for him. It was, I'll have it wrong, but it's something like he has 7 of the 10 fastest pitches this year. Something like that. How long into the interview till you say you could hit him? Like I could take you deep.
I could hit him.
Yeah, like I could hit it, like slug him in the arm if he wasn't looking.
Yeah.
God, 6'5", 200, 26 years old. Oh, you know what? I lied. His stats this year, they're okay. I mean, they're not great.
Tell me.
8 games,
okay.
8 appearances so
wow,
far.
Doesn't play all the time.
Nope. 8 innings.
Wow.
So great. 1 inning a game.
Imagine getting paid that much.
7 saves out of those 8. So
not perfect.
All that tells me is there's a game where he didn't get a save.
Yeah.
Hasn't given up a run yet. So his ERA is 000s, but there's Huh?
Don't you want numbers?
I'm just saying it's awfully low.
Yeah.
Also nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
Walks and hits per innings pitched 0.63.
Is that whip?
Cool whip. And let's see. 8 innings. He has 17 strikeouts. So that means 7 batters have not struck out against him. Out of 24, let's say, a perfect 24, if you will. Yeah. That's just stupid. That's basically unhittable. Those are like little league numbers.
Yeah.
And it's nothing new. Last year's whip was 0.88. He's got to be the best closer. Who's better closer? I mean, let me ask you this. I'm not trying to get you to rip on Mason Miller. I'm saying who would be the closer that would compete with him?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's other guys, I guess, but my goodness. And there's always the fear, I'm sure, when he was an Oakland A, and this was talked about last year, about, is he going to make it through the deadline? Is this just another guy they move? He's an all-star.
Yeah.
And then now he is a athletic. And I don't know. We'll see. They're actually acquiring and building up some young core talent. They're kind of a fun team.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. As an A's fan, I would imagine they're almost flinching with a guy like Mason Miller because you're just, they're worried about guys like you, vultures, Yankee vultures. Yeah, oh yeah, you and your team.
Oh, Giants would never do that.
Oh, name the last A other than Barry Zito and Matt Chapman and a bunch of others that the Giants swooped in and got.
Oh, maybe Barry Zito, Matt Chapman, and a bunch of others.
Yeah, other than that.
Yeah. Vulture.
No, we're in the Bay Area. We're Voltours. It's a little thingy over the U. So we're going to.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. It'll be nice to talk to him. And by the way, super appreciate the A's. Like, we're not the home of the A's.
No.
But we talk about them, and super appreciate them getting us a couple of really great guests over the course of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully that keeps going, but that's really, really nice of them. One other thing I want to mention, since we have 2 minutes, the numbers are in, and I'm going to brag a little bit. Congratulations, because the show you listen to, the quarterly book just closed. We are 4th in the city. 4th in the city.
Take that, Dirt and Sprague.
That's right. And what does that mean? That means out of every morning show in the classic rock, news talk, whatever, we are number 4.
Jazz,
hip hop, whatever genre you want. I don't remember. Well, I do know. I know the last time that this time slot was top 4, I think. It's probably Don Geronimo, I want to say. It's been a while. I think so. The top rated sports show in the city in any time slot.
in America.
Congratulations as well to Alan and to our afternoon show. Had a great book as well. The
Good.
station as a whole was top 10. By far the highest rated sports station in the city. And that's no offense to anyone else. Everybody works hard. But are we saying this? Am I saying this? Am I throwing this out there to pat us on the back and talk about how great we are? Well, of course. But look, we don't have we don't have the meters. You guys have the whatever they use that
it's the typey thing.
Yeah, I it's like if I talk about it anymore, like literal FBI agents are going to come in and drag me away. So, however it happens,
thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys are the wind beneath the wings, if you will. Well, you might even be the wings and we're the wind. I don't know. It is a symbiotic relationship, and it's really
That's awesome.
It really is. It's super, super cool. Top 5 is a big deal, especially there's competition in mornings is savage in the city, and to be able to break in there, and now summer's here. So we'll.
Hey, Pat and Tom.
Yeah.
How about you get us some donuts, huh?
Right. Thank you. And by the way, thank you to Chris for bringing the donuts.
And celebratory donuts.
That is right. And Chris, not to get too deep, but we, in Jason and my case, when it's top 5, we have triggers in our contract that offer us some nice things if we hit top 5. We both had a conversation yesterday and talked quite a bit about doing something nice for you. We decided not to.
Yeah. I think we agreed on that.
We instantly agreed on, but we wanted you to know that the conversation happened.
Yeah, we talked about you
at least 4 minutes
at least
on the phone yesterday. Of hey, that's not right.
We really should do something.
We should do something.
We both
and then there was like a silence on the phone, and then
we both agreed. Like we really should. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
We should. What should we do? You know what? Actually, nothing.
Attaboy.
Good job, Chris.
You know what we did? We ate the donuts he brought in
to
celebrate.
Yeah.
So really, seriously, everybody, thank you so much. That is all you guys, and thank you for joining us every single day and listening to my stupid, droney, idiotic voice talk about stories that don't matter in my life, and the professionalism of Jason Ross, and the absolute terrible human being that is Chris Furlong.
I'm the wild card.
Absolutely, yes, you
puts
are.
Us all together.
You're the Joker. That is for sure. You are the wild card. All right, we'll take a break. Look, we do have a fun show for you. We're going to re-rack Scott Perry at 7 a.m. for a lot of you that missed it. A lot of people asked us to do this. So you're, and I can't wait for Chris Guerrero to get in the chat. It's lazy radio. Hey, Chris. No argument. Mason Miller will join us at 9:28, and we had the NFL draft yesterday. And Jason and Chris, I was watching the NFL draft.
You did?
I watched most of the first round. And a little ding went off over my head. And I can't wait to talk about this topic that has everything and nothing to do with the NFL draft. But I think everybody here is going to have an opinion on this. What is it when you have a eureka, not a serendipity, a periphany? No, damn it. What's
Epiphany?
Epiphany.
Periphany.
A periphany. Periphany sounds like Elf in Lord of the Rings. So Jonathan Periphany.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, leading off is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings
Out
game.
of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Well, it's going.
Mykel Williams, defensive end.
All right, let's re-rack that. Mykel Williams. Who is Mykel Williams? There we go. Roger Goodell, take it away.
The 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Mykel Williams, defensive end, Georgia.
I do wonder about this, beyond how good or bad he is. Mykel Williams. Okay, because it's Mykel. So I've been saying like Michael Williams.
Yeah.
You know, like Michael T. Williamson, who has, I believe, has the same spelling of Michael. But Roger, and look, say what you want about Roger Goodell, he usually gets pronunciations right. He's not just winging it out there.
Boo!
Yeah. This is Mykel Williams. Does Roger Goodell get to an age, not a human age, an age as commissioner, 20 years, 30? Is there a point where Roger Goodell goes from being like, oh, he sucks, boo, to like, hey man, he's like David Stern, like he's a classic?
I think when it's his final year.
That's when they start.
Like when he's going out.
I don't even know if that will happen.
Maybe not.
I go back and forth with Roger Goodell. Don't get me wrong. We've been very vocal on the things about the NFL and whatever. NFL's done pretty well under his watch.
It's done all right. Well,
the owners have done very well under.
But I mean, I'm just saying, but you and I both know that if the NFL wasn't, let's say Roger Goodell took over 2 years ago and we're sitting here talking about the slide of the NFL over the last few years, it would be all the commissioners suck. So it's like, if they're doing well, it's the owners. If they're doing poorly, it's the commissioner. And then there's the contrarian in me, the Christopher Lott in me, let me say, goes, well, look, I'm not trying to say he's a good human or we should all love him or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But do we underrate how good of a commissioner? Is Roger Goodell a good commissioner?
Well, the sport's thriving.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you could say anybody could do it, but he is the one in charge.
Like, what's his dummy with
there were 225,000 people there yesterday.
We'll talk about this right now. Okay.
Well, anyway, I'll give you one more thing on Mykel Williams.
Uh-huh.
I've seen enough. A+.
I've seen enough. A+.
That's my report. I have my draft grades. A+.
I love highlights because, man, they're highlights for
How could he miss?
I don't.
Perfect player.
Dude, A+ post mock draft.
Defensive player of the year and offensive player of the year. I know he doesn't play offense,
but
he will.
They're going to give it to him anyways.
Yeah.
Just because.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think Mykel Williams is going to win the Super Bowl for the Niners. Is he going to be great? Who knows?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Better be.
You want your analysis? Nothing new today that wasn't there yesterday. Mykel Williams, college football player turned 49er.
Yeah.
There's your analysis. Also, the Vegas Raiders get Ashton Jeanty. That could be very, very fun. Now, this, hey, shockingly, the Raiders drafted a very fast skill position guy. What? No way, that never happened. But this is a little different.
Yeah.
And I think Ashton Jeanty in Vegas could be very, very fun. He flew up the boards, man. What a year in college. It will be interesting to see him running all over Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, I would actually say that I do like the pick.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wouldn't do grades on that. I mean, but people will, and they'll get a good grade for that, right or wrong, but they will. Yeah.
Coming up next, we'll talk a little bit more about the draft, including the top story. It's not the number one pick. It's not Ashton Jeanty. It's Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is an interesting topic that goes well beyond football. In the meantime, cut number 2.
9.5 to play. Grizz out of timeouts. 6-point Thunder lead. Bing picked up at midcourt by Dort. Kicks to Aldama, 4 seconds. Driving left, steps back, fires a one-legged three that's up, way off. Loose ball gathered by Dub. It is over in Memphis. The Thunder, an historic regular season, giving way to an historic playoff run. It is their largest recovery from a deficit in playoff history for the Thunder. They battle from 29 behind tonight to knock off the Grizzlies in Game 3, 114-108.
Shout out to the announcer there saying "and historic," which I know sounds weird, but it's actually correct. It's like Surgeons General or whatever. And historic comeback. Yeah, it was. Here's the deal, though. Yes, it was very historic. It was partially historic because for the second time this playoffs, we've had a star suffer an incredibly scary fall.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to say that the Thunder would have lost had Ja Morant not gotten hurt. But if you look at the scoring after Ja Morant got hurt, I don't think that's a coincidence. And I would bet heavily that this series would be 2-1. Jason, I was dropping my Mason off or picking him up from basketball. And I look at the score real quick while I'm waiting for him. I go, wait, what? I literally looked at it, and it was the biggest deficit. They were down 29.
The other way?
I 100% went to NBA.com from ESPN.com because I thought they had screwed it up. They were down 29. Morant goes up for this massive, just bring the house down. Had this been a different situation where, like, the defender gets out of the way on business and Ja brings the hammer, he might have actually saved a tragedy because I think that entire building would have collapsed on itself. It was so loud there. And I think that moment is the difference between Memphis blowing them out, OKC pulling starters at some point in the fourth, and what happened, which is effectively that series is not that it wasn't questioned, but it is over.
Yeah, I mean, it was to the point. I was watching that game. They got to halftime. Miranda had already got hurt, but it was still a nice lead. And I was working on the show, and I'm like, Memphis, I forget how I even worded it, talking about to last night's games, but Memphis makes a statement, it's now 2-1 Thunder, something like that.
Yeah.
And then was back on the draft, back on the A's game, back on the Clippers-Nuggets game, and then just kind of flipped back later and did like a triple take because it was like I think at that time the Grizzlies were down 5. Excuse me, the Thunder were down 5.
Right.
And obviously watched the rest of that at that point. But I was stunned that not that they weren't capable, but it was as dominant as the Grizzlies were. And yes, Ja did get hurt, but it just looked like they were going to win that game. And then it just completely flipped.
We'll talk about this later. It kind of makes you wonder, did the Grizzlies find something there? Because the Thunder have looked invincible.
Yeah.
Here's a play, by the way.
Offensive rebound. Williams, that was deflected and stolen by Pippen. Drop off. Morant and Lugens Dort undercutting Ja Morant.
It was
Dort really slipped, though. It's a weird play.
Yeah, it is.
And they, reviewed it. There was just common foul, but it's just bad timing.
Bad timing. It's unfortunate. It stinks. Injuries again outlawed in playoffs. I've been saying it for years. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
3-1.
Jacob Wilson walks off the Rangers again. It's a 4-3 winner. The A's have arrived in West Sacramento.
A young man who has showed a flair for the dramatic comes through again. Go clap hands, boys. That is series number 1.
Absolutely no offense to Ken Korak and any of the other announcers who we love. I love that team.
Yeah.
I love that announcing team. They're so flipping good. A's win their first home series. A's pick up a game on the Texas Rangers. A's are just 2 games back.
That's our guy, Jacob Wilson. Show favorite.
Friend of the show. Show Karma.
Yeah.
He's been on a tear.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a lot more about this later, but a beautiful drive by Jacob Wilson, again, a friend of the show. And when I think about, gorgeous drives, I think about my friends at Honda, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Jeep celebration event happening right now. It's also Ram Truck Month. We're gonna give the Jeeps a little bit of love here, or as it can also be pronounced, Yeep. By the way, like yogging. Very excited. $20,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S's. These are like, look, my wife had a Jeep up until recently, and it was one of them Wranglers that you just want to take the doors off and go over a bunch of hills. I'm not saying you can't do this in the Wagoneer or whatever, but it really is a luxury car on the inside. And great option to get the family going wherever they need to go. If you're looking for something else, they've got you covered there too. The new certified pre-opened Super Center with over 200 vehicles available, over 50 under $20,000 is there for ye. So whatever you need, you're going to get it at Hoblet. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners get their guy, the Raiders get their guy, and the fall of Shedeur Sanders. We'll talk about it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Mother's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for moms and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Johnny Mosley with Friday's Toyota Tahoe report. The weather's looking a little iffy up here for sure, but there's still plenty of fun to be had on the mountain. Pack a couple extra layers, load up your Toyota, and head on up here.
Thanks, Johnny. A slight chance of showers this afternoon with partially sunny skies and a high near 51. Tonight, snow levels at 7,000 feet, lowering to 6,300 feet after midnight. Tomorrow, there will be a chance of rain and snow showers. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Aggie fans, UC Davis football is hosting their spring game this Saturday, April 26th at 4 o'clock at UC Davis Health Stadium. Free admission for all fans, so arrive early. The doors open at 3. You can enjoy a live DJ, band, and spirit performances and enjoy this community event. All kids under 12 are invited to join the team for a pregame runout and postgame drills event. Fans of all ages are invited to a meet and greet and autograph session following the conclusion of the game. For more info, visit UCDavisAggies.com Go Axe.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento, get ready. The Sacktown Sports Live events calendar is packed with epic shows you won't want to miss. Classic rock bands, America takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on May 9th. Then hip-hop legend LL Cool J brings the beats to Thunder Valley on May 10th. The Outlaw Music Festival rolls into Toyota Amphitheater on May 18th. And punk pioneers The Dam hit Ace of Spades on May 31st. June heats up with JJ Gray and Mofro at Ace of Spades on June 10th. Plus, country superstars Lee Brice and Walker Hayes at Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st. Then it's 3 days of country fun at the Country Summer Music Festival at Sonoma County Fairgrounds on June 27th through the 29th. Get your boots ready for the Folsom Pearl Rodeo July 3rd through 5th. Then catch Cody Johnson at Golden One Center on July 18th and Parker McCollum at Ironstone Amphitheater on August 16th. Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and don't miss out. Find all the details at sacktownsports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 12:55 tea time from Windermere, Florida. Winner of 34 PGA Tour events, including the 2002 Masters Tournament, the U.S. Open, the Bay Hill Invitational, the Buick Open, the American Express World Golf Championship.
All right.
Phil Mickelson. I'll never not play that clip when I see it. Yeah, we get it. He's good.
Yeah.
By the way,
The game of golf.
It's Tiger Woods they were introducing there in case you weren't. Also, currently have started yet again another intercontinental mini war with my English friends who about every 3 months need me to understand either A, biscuits and gravy are disgusting to them, or B, I've never had anything like a proper Sunday roast. And I don't really want to offend anyone because everyone has their own things, but I've had 3 Sunday roasts. The reason I've had 3 is because I went to one, I got it at a restaurant, wasn't good. I went, maybe it's just a bad place. These people, this is like their religion over there. Sunday roast. Went to a second, better, but still not great. Then went to a friend's house over there, had a third, was the best one. It's a piece of beef on top of carrots and potatoes with this watery brown gravy on top. And they're Yorkshire pudding, they call it. Pudding is something chocolate or pistachio in a cold glass with some whipped cream on it, right? Their pudding is like this weird, I don't even know what the hell it is. It's a bread cup.
Yes.
Right? Is that how you would describe it? A bread cup that you sop up gravy with?
Sounds great.
It's fine. It's not disgusting. It's not like mushy peas, which are disgusting.
It's a lot like when you told me to get into UFC and I go and watch and you're like, it wasn't a good card. Go to the next one.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Oh, it's not that good. No. The card wasn't that good. Yeah. We'll wait till the next one.
Yeah, except the UFC is awesome. Well, not anymore, but it was. I know because I saw a video yesterday of somebody talking about the wonders of the chip buddy.
Oh,
2 pieces of bread, wheat, white, whatever, butter on the inside.
Like Wonder Bread, not
like literal Wonder. Yes, exactly. Steak fries, either salt and vinegar or curry sauce. Put the other piece of bread on top. It's a French fry sandwich with salt and vinegar and butter on the inside. A chip buddy, B-U-T-T-Y. They swear by it. What the hell are we doing here?
Like, their food is awesome when you're 10 beers deep.
I think that honestly, that's what makes the most sense.
Especially their breakfast. It's like you wake up after just drinking heavily the night before, like, oh, what I got? Eggs, sausage, beans,
tomato with some mushrooms.
I just throw it all in there.
Some blood. What is it? Blood sausage.
Oh, I got those weird hash brown patties.
Yeah, the hash brown patty. Seriously, it's like the platypus of breakfast. Like, what the hell is all this doing on one plate? Okay. Mykel Williams to the Niners. Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders. If you're looking for deep breakdowns, wrong show. Jeanty's going to be fun in Vegas. They better put a line in front of him.
Yeah.
They had the worst. I think it was Dan Orlovsky who said they had the worst. The Raiders yards per carry in forever last year. So not that Jeanty can't improve on that regardless of the line. He's that talented. But you'd better put a line behind him, because if you are in front of him, I should say, because if you don't, good luck. It's you did one thing. I like the pick, but if you make that pick and you don't put the line in front of him, you're screwed. Here's Dan. He explains it better.
Here's my thing with Jeanty to the Raiders. Really good player. I'm super happy for him. Congratulations. The Raiders averaged 3.4 yards per carry last year. That's the worst for a team since 1996.
That long. Wow. That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
It wasn't all just on the backs. So while he's a very good player, putting him behind still a very poor offensive line, or very much so below average offensive line, minimizes his impact. So you're sitting there going, you better fix your offensive line in Las Vegas very fast before you'll ever get to see how good of a back he really is.
I think that's a fair take.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's an absolutely fair take. One other thing that was very, very cool was Travis Hunter out of Colorado being picked, and I'll explain why.
With the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
Now, that doesn't sound like Roger Goodell.
It does not.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like somebody, there's an accent. There's an accent that guy had, and if I'm placing it, it sounds to me like a Sacramento accent. That's Eric Armstead.
Hey.
And how cool is that? The Jaguars trade up with the Browns at the last minute. By the way, look, if Travis Hunter's a super stud, but just on spec, I actually kind of like that trade for the Browns too. Like they cleaned up a little bit. But again, if Hunter comes out and he's if he's the Shohei Ohtani of football, then that'll look different. And then Eric Armstead, who is the reigning, finally, Walter Payton Man of the Year award, gets to pick his future teammate and to bring him into the NFL. So that was a cool little Sacramento moment. Beyond that, Jason, the by far, unfortunately, the biggest story here from yesterday is the fall of Shedeur Sanders.
Right. One of the biggest names going into the draft, just based on family and his college reputation, all that.
This is a guy that at different points during the season, especially early on, was in the conversation for the number one pick in the draft. And that kind of filtered out a little bit as the offseason started and the scouts really started drilling down. I'm not here to say that 32 teams are wrong. 30 might be, but 32, like there's something that has very much turned them off when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. And who can say whether or not he should have gone? Is this Lamar Jackson / Aaron Rodgers, you name it, repeat? And by the way, you're talking about a very confident, some would say brash, some would say just confident, secure in himself, however you want to put it, young man who has grown up in the limelight, being Deion Sanders' son, has grown up around football, who, when you look at his draft room at his house, it looked like a music video there. It was amazing. It's all the people there, the decor, and then incredibly embarrassing. You want to talk about humbling for somebody. Shedeur Sanders, right or wrong, went through a major humbling event yesterday.
Yeah.
What I don't like, Jason, what really he fell out of the first round. Okay, well, that's the NFL. What I don't like is I don't like the tone of the people that are cheering it.
Oh, why cheer it?
I think I know why. I think I do. And by the way, I'm not going to paint everybody with this brush, but I am going to call it out. I think a lot of people see a brash, outspoken, and I remember this when Deion Sanders went through it when he came to Florida State. Funny enough, it's what reminds me of it. And you hear things like, for example, certain players in the NBA are tough and physical and others play like thugs. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I want to be very clear. I'm not painting everybody with a broad brush there. There are some people that legit don't like Colorado, don't think Shedeur Sanders is the guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about the people that are like mocking and laughing.
Right.
I think there's something else there too. Like, hey, great to see the big brash talker get humbled.
Yeah.
What are we doing there?
Yeah, he's going to go today, obviously, and I don't know.
I hope so.
I would think. Yeah, and I think really the key was Pittsburgh. I think, what were they, 21st?
That's where I thought he was going.
And once he didn't go there, then you kind of look, you're like, yeah, Philly's picking, Kansas City, Buffalo, all teams that have quarterbacks. You're going, you may not make it in the first round. But who you mentioned Cleveland earlier, who traded out of the 2. They've got a couple of spots early in the second round. There's a couple teams there that may have taken a look at him in the first round that didn't. Now will have an opportunity early in the second. So we'll see how aggressive people are to try to get him. And, for him, you just don't know how your story is going to be written. Maybe this will all work out for the better for him. It's impossible to tell.
We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out. The A's win their first home series, AL/NL West. And I got a random curveball. See, safe or out curveball for you coming up. Then we'll follow that with Scott Perry right after this.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Bob George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
What up, fellow Gen Xers? Elizabeth Banks here. As the original Latchkey kids, we took things into our own hands, like house keys and video game controllers. And now it's time for us to do it again, because the recommended age to get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. We're at over 6 times greater risk compared to adults under 50. So go to vaxassist.com and schedule. Gen X, this is our shot. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Mother's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for moms and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Go Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th, with Diamond Pacific Supply and Trex, Mykel Ultra, and Carl's Jr. Find out more at CITPFest.com. The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back for another thrilling season at Monterey's iconic WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, May 9th through the 11th. Only in Monterey can you experience a high-octane mix of international drivers, cutting-edge prototypes, and GT sports cars racing wheel to wheel. There'll be gourmet food, wine, craft beers, family entertainment, and exclusive fan engagement with the drivers in the open race paddock. Buy your tickets now and experience world-class motorsports. Visit WeatherTechRaceway.com.
Save $12,750 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Silverado 1500 LT and RST 5.3 in stock at the Maida Chevy Silverado Super Center. After all rebates. And Maida Chevy still has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $12,750 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Super Center. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Plus trading 2011 renewal. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, wow. Get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and nothing more. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live. It's the River Cats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The River Cats Report.
That's right. Before we get to Safer Out, River Cats Report. River Cats winners yesterday, 7-4. They are on the road right now, but River Cats fans, don't you worry, because they are back next week for a home series. For all week, they're going to be at home, and don't forget about Thirsty Thursdays coming up next week, and a full weekend of action back at home next weekend, as the River Cats will try to keep things rolling right along in this early part of the season. But yeah, winners yesterday, 7-4. And that is your Sacramento River Cats Report.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Scott Perry replay coming up after this, if you missed it yesterday. Having a good back and forth on the YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, join. I don't buy the whole Deion Sanders is overrated or a charlatan or anything that they're saying on there. I don't. I think Deion's been misunderstood pretty much his whole life. He's brash. He's cocky. He's outspoken. He's also incredibly straight edge. Doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. That aside, I know that's not what they're saying on the chat, by the way. He spent a few years at Jacksonville.
Is he straight edge, though?
He is. No, he really is.
Yeah, but like to be straight edge, don't you have to be kind of like an a-hole about it and say that you're straight edge all the time?
Like a vegan? He gave Jacksonville State more prominence than they've ever had. Goes to Colorado. They're now relevant. Stole Travis Hunter from Florida State. That trust me, I remember that. Look, say what you want about this kid. Let's hold off judgment until he's had a couple of years in the NFL. But 2 of his sons playing for the program, doing well, both starters. And Shedeur Sanders was a great college football player. Let's not get it twisted here. He wasn't the best, but he was a very good college football player. And Colorado, which is historically had some wonderful years. Yeah. But when he took that program over, it was absolutely disheveled.
Yeah, a lot of that to me was on the media. And not that he backs away from it. He wants that attention.
Right.
But I thought there was overexposure from the get-go, but that's not his fault.
He's a great soundbite.
Absolutely.
He builds hype.
Yep.
He's like a wrestler. He's one of the best at it. And it's not, look, I guess I say it's not his fault. It is his fault because he's so good at building that hype. That's why media is putting an artificially high ranking last year. Remember the Colorado-Nebraska game last year was like the most watched regular season matchup outside the bowls and the playoffs. Like that's the media responding.
Well, I think even his first year, if I'm not mistaken, he started 3-0, and there was literally stuff on the show like, can they win the national championship? Right. My thought was, can they get to a bowl game?
That's exactly
if he gets
right.
to 6 wins, this is a great year. They didn't.
That's right.
But they started 3-0, and this, they're on game day. They're everywhere. Now he's not going to turn that down, but that's also on the media for blowing that up. So I didn't look at that as that's on him.
Russ says a major thing that bums me about Dion, he still talks, acts, and dresses like he did when he was 21. Why do we celebrate that? Sunglasses all the time. Give me a break. Because
that's who he is.
That's who he is.
Who? Got to be you.
It's not me, but it's not you. But why are we saying that's immature? He's flashy.
He was pretty flashy when he was
Announcer?
Network.
Yes,
yeah.
that's who he is.
Yeah.
What? He's not wearing a 3-piece suit and a top hat, so we don't like him. What are we doing? Diversity of character. I'm good with that as long as they're good characters. Safer out. Question.
The A's won their first home series yesterday, walking it off versus the Rangers. Are they starting to click?
I think so. Look, this offense on paper, I think could be incredibly good. Incredibly good. Like, not all-time great. I'm not trying to say that, but top 5 in baseball, I think that's the ceiling for them. This is a good offense, and if they can get the pitching to back that up, they obviously have the closer who will join us later today. I think you can see a lot of this. Now, we may be talking in 2 weeks, and the A's have lost 8 of 10, but this is a team that has a lot of talent.
Yeah, this is a reminder to me of a cycle that this organization has been in for far too long, that I'm hoping for their fans, those that are left, based on how they've been treated, that they get out of this cycle, because they really do have a nice batch of the next group of good players. And when they've done this before, I mean, Dave, you and I were down there at spring training before going, man, Sean Murphy, Matt Olson, Chapman, and all these guys that they had that all are now on other teams and thriving elsewhere. So, I mean, what they're Soderstrom and Jacob Wilson, Mason Miller, Lawrence Butler, Nick Kurtz, Langley, like they've got pieces here that are all starting to, you look at it, this is a nice team now. They got some fielding issues and probably some starting pitching issues, but they work on that. Lineup is pretty good.
Lineup's really good. And a lot of young studs as well. Number 2, please.
Top to bottom, which is better, the AL or NL West?
Top to bottom's the key here.
Yeah. Thanks, Colorado.
NL West has the better teams at the top, I think we can say. But look at the AL West. The A's are in last place at 12-13, and they're 2 games out of first. You got the Mariners at 14-11, the Rangers at 14-11, the Astros at 13-11. Look at those 500 Angels. And by the way, Mike Trout is having the type of year that if he was 23 years old and this was his first year, they'd be talking about sending him down right now. He's having an absolutely horrific year. Let me see if I saved the stat here, Jason. This is really sad. Yeah, here we go. Mike Trout is hitting 169. He struck out 29 times in 83 at-bats. He's currently the worst-ranked right fielder in baseball. I hate reading that. Anyways, whereas in the West, the Pods are 17-8, half game behind them. The Giants 17-9, Dodgers 16-9, Diamondbacks 14-11, Colorado 4-20. Hey, 420.
Yeah.
The worst team in baseball. 17-8 right now is the most wins in baseball. Excuse me, the second most. You've got the Mets at 18-7, number 1, but then the Padres, Giants, and Dodgers outside of the Mets would be sitting in first place in any other division. So I think the answer, Jason, is yes. I think top to bottom, the AL West is pretty damn good, but I think the NL West is way more top heavy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really Colorado's the anchor. Other than that, I mean, Arizona's good. I feel like the Padres, the Giants, the Dodgers, really the Padres and Giants probably are good enough to, the Padres and Dodgers good enough to win the World Series. So I picked the NL West, but the AL West is doing a nice job, just kind of constantly battling. Good for the A's to take 2 of 3. They play the Rangers 4 times next week, so we'll see if they can keep this going.
Number 3, please.
If you were to introduce relegation into the Big 3, which one would it most likely work for?
was thinking about this because I was looking at Colorado after I asked that. So basically, it's not going to work in the NFL, I think, because they just don't have the setup. You're not going to promote Alabama. So let's just put football aside for a second, unless you disagree. So I'm looking at baseball versus basketball. So which would work? Which would seemingly work more? The Hornets or Wizards going down, and the Stockton Thunder being promoted.
Kings.
Stockton. When I say Thunder,
Yeah.
Who am I? Stockton Kings, or the Rockies or White Sox going down, and the Durham Bulls, whoever the hell. Now, keep in mind, and just so people understand, in both these situations, the way it works in Europe, if you get promoted, you get a windfall, a 9-figure, like $200 million all of a sudden now, or in this case, it'd be 70 million in basketball, 100 million in whatever it is, to go out, and now you're the biggest active free agent trade team. You're acquiring whatever. So don't just automatically think that the Stockton Kings in their first year in the NBA would be the worst team in the NBA, although very possible. Same thing with the AAA team. They might keep a couple of prospects, but you're turning over that whole roster because you want to stay in. Jason, if you had to choose between the three, which would it be?
Probably the infrastructure of the MLB and the AAA that's been around longer. Question, though, is for the teams that get relegated and moved in soccer, do they just play in their same stadium?
Yeah, so it's a great question.
So how would they adjust that for, let's just say Stockton Kings got promoted.
Yes.
They have to still play in that
That's
arena,
right.
And so, when the Lakers come through
That's
in a
right.
small venue, then the Lakers come through in a small venue, right?
So in that case, for example, we got to go here. It's like Luton Town got promoted to the Premier League a couple of years ago. They played a stadium at 5,000 people. You just adjust, and if you stay up long enough, you build a new stadium because you have that extra money. We'll take a break. When we come back, replaying Scott Perry for you, GM of the Sacramento Kings, next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Attention retirement savers. A top U.S. bank predicts a 2025 recession as tariffs rattle markets. According to reports, 2025 recession risk just increased significantly. That's why thousands of hardworking Americans are turning to award-winning precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-969-GOLD. Find out how you can help diversify your savings. Tax and penalty-free today. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Getting out the door to a cool start with a lot of clouds. We're going to see limited sunshine once again this afternoon. We'll call it a mostly cloudy day, but it's going to stay dry in the valley. Temperatures will peak in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Ram Truck Month is back. Chad, what kind of deals are happening at Hoblet?
Right now, save up to $17,000 off MSRP on the hard-to-find new 2024 Ram 2500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. We have hundreds of new Ram Heavy Duties available with huge savings, including on the new 2025 Ram Heavy Duties. One of many reasons we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer.
Okay, what kind of selection are we talking about?
We have over 300 new Ram Heavy Duties available, including the all-new 2025 Ram Heavy Duties everyone's buzzing about. With more arriving daily, it's a full-on Ram takeover. If you've been thinking about a new Ram Heavy Duty, now is the time, especially with potential tariffs that could impact the pricing soon.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 Bighorns after $79.72 factory rebates and $90.28 dealer discount. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. To this net savings, sample VIN 395, 300, and 396, 633. See dealer for details.
Aggie fans, UC Davis football is hosting their spring game this Saturday, April 26th at 4 o'clock at UC Davis Health Stadium. Free admission for all fans, so arrive early. The doors open at 3. You can enjoy a live DJ, band, and spirit performances and enjoy this community event. All kids under 12 are invited to join the team for a pregame runout and postgame drills event. Fans of all ages are invited to a meet and greet and autograph session following the conclusion of the game. For more info, visit UCDavisAggies.com. Go Ags!
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Scott Perry lands. Everyone asked him a ton of questions yesterday. He's doing this show. Oh, by the way, he's trying to run a team. But he's nice enough to join us.
Yes, he is.
And we're not going to take that for granted. The new general manager of your Sacramento Kings, Scott Perry. Scott, it's Dave. It's Jason. Good morning, and thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Great to be on with Dave and Jason. Looking forward to spending a lot more time with you guys over the coming days, months, weeks, and years.
Good. Let's make it a regular habit.
Yeah, we were going to say that. We'd love to have you on every couple weeks, Scott. And Jason and I put our heads together. We are right now, we're up to, what is it, Jason? We're $25 a bobblehead. We have Bobby Jackson and a couple others. And some free Fire Wings gift cards. Yeah. So I know you got an agent. I know you got a job to do and all that, but let's get our heads together and negotiate someday.
Okay. There's no bobblehead for me. I don't think I would look that good with a bobblehead.
I'll ask you an easy one first. And honestly, look, we appreciate you coming on. We saw the presser, of course, yesterday. Not that you probably need background because you know this town and you know how big of fans we all are. We don't hide it here. We're not trying to be journalists. So, I just want to have a conversation with you, and please don't take anything wrong. They're just questions that we have, and questions I'm sure you know that we have. But let me give you an easy one. How does it feel to be? You had the 3-month, 4-month stint here. You're back in semi-familiar areas. Your thoughts coming into the job?
Awesome feeling, great opportunity. Really looking forward to it. I really enjoyed my time in Sacramento 8 years ago. That 3 month stint, it went very fast, but I thought it was really effective and productive. And opportunities like this don't happen a lot of times in our life, where you get a chance to come back and really finish what you felt like you started. So that's what I'm looking forward to now, is just coming back, being here, and making this team a long-term sustainable winner. So that's my focus. That's my mandate. And we're eager to get to work on that.
Yeah. So, Scott, how different then, let's go to that 8 years ago, the 3 months you were here, how different is your task list today compared to 8 years ago? Well, how different is the job now?
Well, obviously, I come back with a lot more experience as well. Not that I didn't have experience when I first got here, but my 6 years in New York in the same position was a great opportunity. Got a chance to really accomplish things in the world's biggest media market. So you learn a lot about yourself, and it provides some confidence coming back here that you can definitely do the things necessary to make this a very successful organization. And that's, again, going to be my focus each and every day. That's going to be the staff's focus. I can't go at it alone, obviously, but we're going to make sure that we have the right people in place to help us get where we need to get. Scott
Perry with us. Scott, you mind if I just ask you a direct question? You answer it however you want. It's just you and I talking. No one's listening.
just you and I talk. You guys, I totally understand. Don't forget, I was one of you for the last couple of years.
True.
Yes, we've seen clips.
You've seen clips.
Oh, we see clips. Yeah.
So now, if you've seen the clips, now you know why I'm back on this side.
I was a big fan of the Human, especially Monty McNair, and you read reports. Look, I'm just going to be straight up. Vivek Ranadive saved this team, along with David Stern and Kevin Johnson and these fans. Mm-hmm. We are, as you know, diehard Kings fans.
Absolutely.
I think Vivek is a model owner when it comes to running everything off the floor. But my worry is, like many owners, not that you dealt with, you in New York, different story there. And I'd take Vivek any day and twice on Sundays. And I'm aware I'm speaking on a sensitive topic here, but if you believe the reports, Monty lost some control towards the end. There was overruling. There was more than suggestions. Scott, frankly, you seem like a wonderful hire, and your reputation is sterling when it comes to the league. Every single person listening right now, including myself, is worried that, as in the past with Pete, with Vlade, and ultimately with Monty, that the powers above aren't just going to have a voice, but are going to have the ultimate final decision. So my excitement for you is honestly tempered by whether or not you're going to have the autonomy you need to use your skills to turn this franchise around. There's not really a question in there, Scott. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. This is what the fans are thinking. How would you address that?
No, understood. But like what I would say to the fans is this. Obviously, I was not here during any of those times, so I really don't have a commentary on that. What I could tell you, the 3 months that I was here, I was able to build a very strong relationship with Vivek that lasted well beyond that. Over this past 8 years, where we maintained contact, it was built on a tremendous amount of respect, understanding. He got a chance up close to see my work style. I learned his work style. We share a lot of the same values. And I think the biggest thing he knows is that I'm very connected in this industry, and I bring a lot of experience to the position. So, and no disrespect to those prior, I'm coming in here, haven't done this job before. So in our conversations, I have a strong comfort level. His only mandate to me was to build a sustainable winner in the way that I saw fit, and that he would support me and provide the necessary resources for us to be successful. And we have a very healthy dialogue. I said this yesterday. I welcome diversity of thought, but when we leave here, it's about having unity of purpose. So that will be our guiding principles on how we work together. And I wouldn't be sitting here if he didn't have the confidence in me to do this job, and I didn't have the confidence in he and I being able to work very well together, but ultimately me being the guy to make the basketball decisions necessary to move this franchise forward.
Scott Perry joining us. Scott, it's clear that your 3 months here had an impact on him, and obviously, as you just said, your open communication with him over the last 8 years while you were doing other things with the Knicks and even out of New York as well, had an impact on him. So he knows what he's getting in you. What are you getting in coming back to this organization?
Well, I'm getting a tremendous organization, fan base. You know, I've been in the league going on 25, 26 years, been around this league, and this place is one of the special places that you come and visit because of the engagement of the fan base. I love that, love being a part of that. I know this community is starving to win once again and be consistently a good basketball team and put a good product on the floor. I embrace that. I really look forward to that. And so here I am. And here I hope to be for a very, very long time. And I hope, again, to make sure that this fan base gets a team that it richly deserves. And we'll see where, we can take it, how high we can take this thing. And that's the goal.
Scott Perry joining us. And Scott, we appreciate your candor. Just, to kind of follow up, hypothetically, and I know everyone loves dealing with hypotheticals, but if you saw fit, if you took a look at this team and you ultimately said, you know what, I think our best move is to go with a full-scale Oklahoma City style, whoever you want to call it, rebuild. We're going to tear down, we're going to build up, and that's how we're going to get a sustainable winner. Or, hey, we're going to work around the edges, and we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and we're going to do the same thing. Now, I'm not going to ask you what your strategy is because that would be silly, and I wouldn't want you to share it. But, again, are you specifically, or have you been empowered to where if you wanted to do a full-scale rebuild or the other, that is, you can absolutely do that? Those options are on the table for you?
I've been empowered to do exactly what I see fit, what is best for this organization, whether it's what you described or whether it's, like you said, build around the edges. I'm in the early assessment phase, obviously, this roster. I believe there is talent here. It's no secret that we need a true point guard with this current mixture of talent on the roster. And there's also no secret, in my opinion, that we need more length and athleticism along the front line if we want to enhance this current group here. So, as I mentioned yesterday in the press conference, I've been spending a lot of time talking with these players, which is important, and want to make sure that I'm setting the course and the vision of how we want to play, what it means to be a Sacramento King, and want to make sure that those guys will be on board with that. And so over the coming days, weeks, months, we're going to learn more about each other, and that will help formulate a lot of the decisions as we move forward.
Yesterday, you also mentioned, I know Doug Christie was asked about, or your head coaching position. That's an assessment phase, too, of him and of others that you said have reached out and shown interest in this position. Kind of where are you on the latest on having the next head coach, whether it's Doug or someone else?
Yeah, just tell us what you're going to do. Break the news right now, Scott. It's fine.
Exactly. Hey, guys, here it is. Breaking news. You ready?
Yeah. Ready. We're waiting.
You ready? I'm going to have some more conversation around this position. Obviously, Doug is someone that I will be talking with more and spending time with. And I'm hopeful to have a decision within the next week or so.
with the draft coming up, obviously, and all of that. Not that we have a first round pick, but that doesn't mean you don't still have a lot of draft stuff to do. It'd be good to have that battery in place. And another thing, Scott, and again,
can I have? Yeah, I want to interject there. Now, can you guys bring a rabbit's foot and when the lottery happens and somehow get us to jump from 13 into the top 4 of the lottery?
I'll do you one better.
That's my only request for you guys.
I'll do you one better.
We can jump into the first round.
I will cross my fingers, throw the salt over the shoulder. I will bring the rabbit's foot, and I might even donate a kidney, as long as you can promise us if we get the number 1 pick in the draft, you're taking the kid from Duke. I don't feel like that's breaking news. Scott, we've had problems with this before.
Hey, obviously I can't comment on that directly, but all I can say is we both recognize good talent.
There you go. There's and I know you're busy. We so appreciate your time. Last thing on this, and of course, again, this is the real world. We're not going to ask specifics, but another big worry for fans is, and I won't even mention player names, but we've had players allude to or out and out say, "Hey, I need to figure out the direction. I need to talk to the organization. I need to see what the future is." And that was honestly, if I'm being candid, that's one of the things I was most excited about you coming here, Scott, because your reputation is that of being very good with players. I remember the George Hill, Zach Randolph, Vince Carter run. I respect your relationship. So what I'm not going to say is, hey, has XYZ player wanted out? But I will say, how have those conversations gone so far? And are you the guy that, hey, if you want out, I'm going to get you out?
So far, all of my conversations with each of these players has been very positive.
Okay.
I had surface relationships with a number of them, just haven't met them, whether it was through the draft process when I was at other teams. A lot of them obviously have reached out to players they know that I've worked with before. And the energy's been really good, been very positive. They've been very receptive to what I've been talking about. So, so far so good. They know that I'm going to my door is always open. I'm going to be very open, honest, and direct. My job is to do the very best I can by this organization. And while a player has a Sacramento Kings jersey on, we're going to pour everything we have into them. And I used a line yesterday that I want volunteers, not hostages. And so that will be figured out over time. And I've used that line a lot with the players when I talk to them, and all of them have been receptive to that. So, we'll see. Look, life happens along the way. But right now I've been very encouraged by the reception from them, and just talking to these guys. Seems like a really solid group of players, and they just want to do like so many other athletes do. They want to find a pathway to winning. And I'm challenging each and every one of them to come back better and do things this off season that will enhance our opportunities and chances at winning.
I want to finish our time together by saying, first off, thank you, Scott, and thanks to the Kings for providing you to us. I know we got a chance to hear you yesterday, but I think you would agree, and I'm looking at the numbers right now. We got a ton of people tuned in. There's a very important follow-up conversation. I can tell you this. Hopefully we will talk in the future on this show. We're actually really fun guys. It's not all, I promise you, I do. And I would say this, this, but I would repeat it for everybody listening. There are no better fans in the NBA than in Sacramento, and there are no more underserved, wind, if you will, fans in the NBA than the Kings. If you make this work, you will never buy anything here again. You will be an absolute hero. We don't make people do time for past offenses, no matter whose they were. It's a fresh start, and everybody is behind you. And while we were talking, Scott, I realized, because we do want to bribe you to come back on, if I can get an address from our friend Becky, who set this up, I'll get a good address. Jason and I are going to go out and purchase 20 mirrors that we're going to send you, handheld mirrors for everybody to take a look at, because you said that yesterday.
I love it. Please purchase those and get one for me as well too.
You know what? We'll get one.
I'm going to hold myself every bit as accountable as I expect everyone else in this organization to do for themselves, starting with our players.
Well, I'm not pretty like you and Jason, so I avoid the mirror, but we get the point.
Look.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
It's been great, guys, man. I've really enjoyed it and look forward to connecting with you throughout the years and go King.
That's Scott Perry. That's on YouTube if you want to listen to that. And all of our different channels. Three for Madness coming up next, a very quick version. Right now, let's talk about American Energy Heating and Air. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. And not only do they have the A+ for the Better Business Bureau, not only have I used them for myself, my mother-in-law, my parents, also, my nephew just had an interview with him. I forgot about this a week ago to go work for him. You've heard me say before that they're a wonderful place to work if you're looking for a career change or you're looking to switch in the world of HVAC. These guys are just fantastic. And as I always say, I would never ask you to purchase anything, to use anyone, any service that I'm not willing to do myself. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Hey, 30-second break when we get back. 3 for Madness. Next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, 3 for Madness. We got to go quickly. Christopher Lod, let's try to pull this off. Question 1.
There were 205,000 fans in Green Bay last night watching names get announced for the draft. Will the NFL bubble ever pop?
If it's going to pop, it hasn't popped yet, and it shows no sign of popping. The NFL is just, it's moved on from sport to just life and events. Apologies to Major League Baseball. It hasn't been America's pastime for a while. America's pastime is football. It just is. I love baseball. You love baseball. The NFL is so far ahead of every other sport in this country. It's not close. I think last year, 97, 98 of the top 100 programs were the NFL, and the draft is certainly going to be one of them. It's people getting jobs is must-see TV. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I remember there was a time where, these drafts kind of became events for people to attend. I go, who would ever go to a draft?
Right.
And 205,000 people in Green Bay. And the Packers picked like 23rd. So, they were waiting for that, but also for their teams, and they get excited about all of it. It's a long day, and they're all there. It's amazing. No, I think the NFL right now is about as foolproof an entity as you can possibly have.
Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Will there ever be a way to make the baseball draft more exciting?
I was thinking about this once a year. Like the NBA draft isn't the NFL draft, but it's exciting. If you're an NBA fan, you're watching. We're going to watch. Even if the Kings don't have a pick, we'll probably be watching. A lot of us will. Not all of us. A lot of us. But then the baseball draft is just like, when is it? I think they put it's
like
on
during the middle of the season, right?
Yeah, and it's on during a Taco Bell commercial, like Jokic, and I don't know how you do it because baseball, it's like 170 rounds. There's 1,000 players picked, and you have no idea who the hell is going to do what and where. I don't know, but it really, honestly, isn't even in the same category as the NBA draft, which isn't in the same category of the NFL draft. I don't know, Jason.
Yeah, I don't know either. There's tiers to this, and they're on the lowest tier of it. There's a lot of people drafted. It happens every year. I just feel like there's way, way, way less fanfare for that.
Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Both Jimmy Butler and John Morant avoided serious injuries, but still took terrible falls. Is this just bad luck, or are we needing a rule here?
I think it's bad luck. It just happens to be. I don't know how you change that. You know, they look for them as to whether or not they're flagrant. In both cases, it was just John Morant was 500 feet in the air, and you flick them with your finger, and it's going to throw them off balance. And there's, short of having trampolines or pillows out there, I don't know in this day and age other than just don't dunk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and the reality is, let's pretend in this world that they both were flagrant, dirty fouls.
Yeah.
What do we do? It's a bad look on the guilty parties of the opposing teams. These were not that, but I just don't know. Injuries happen. I think there was no intent for either of these things to happen. They did.
Yeah.
It stinks. And when you get to the playoffs, I always say take the best team first.
Yes.
The best, healthiest team.
Yes.
So the second you take the Thunder, might be the best team. Boston, Cleveland. You take pieces away. Like Tatum missing is a big deal. Now they still won, but as they go further, and if he's out, it's going to impact their chances of winning. If Butler's out, it's going to hurt the Warriors' chances of winning. They might have already been in trouble anyway, but they might have won last night with that huge lead. So it has a factor in these games.
You got to think. There's no way of saying for sure they would have won, but my goodness, they certainly were quite outscored after John Morant went down. Chris, we did it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're back on time. I'm going to flip these segments here because we just talked about the draft. We'll get to NBA playoffs at 7:43. When we come back, I have a question that I need all your brains on when it comes to the NFL draft. Something hit me last night when I was watching this draft. I want to ask you guys this question. You're going to want to stay tuned for this next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Well, with the weekend on the horizon, and maybe this being a good time to do a little spring cleaning, spring evaluation, it's the time to check out your home situation, and more specifically, your garage. A lot of times we put clutter out there, and it's messy. You're doing a little spring cleaning, but how about the garage itself? How does it look? It's in good shape. You feel good about it when you pull up to your house. Remember, that most people drive up to your house or drive by your house. That's the first thing they see. So you're talking about curb appeal, and the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is here to help. Maybe you need just a simple fix to your garage door. They can help with that. But maybe you're like us, looking for brand new doors to spruce up the house, to improve curb appeal, to improve, you get another side effect of this is a return on investment. And it's one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home value. For us, our primary reason was functionality. We had long overdue doors that we needed to get repaired, or just changed out. We had to manually lift open our garage doors. Now we've got a remote. We can open up from the keypad. We can open up through the app. We're basically in this century, which is finally nice to be. But we got beautiful doors. They look good. They're quiet. They're smooth rolling. It's everything is what we were looking for. And you can do the same through the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Check out their showroom on Franklin Boulevard. Ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. Call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Getting out the door, a cool start with a lot of clouds. We're going to see limited sunshine once again this afternoon. We'll call it a mostly cloudy day, but it's going to stay dry in the valley. Temperatures will peak in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790 For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes! There's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
So, look, sometimes when I get a eureka moment, I get really excited, and then I tell somebody, and they're like, "Well, yeah, dude, because of this." And I go, "Oh, okay." And this might be one of those things because I haven't talked to anybody about this yet. I'm watching the NFL draft yesterday, and just like we talked about in Three for Men, this huge event, everyone just descends on wherever it is. Detroit, Chicago, last night, Green Bay. It is a massive, massive thing, and it's a carnival, it's an atmosphere, it's a sea of people, it's da-da-da-da-da. And last night was in Green Bay at Lambeau Field, and I'm watching the lead up to it, and all of a sudden it was like, dun, dun, dun. And I go, hold on a second. I start Googling and taking notes and all that. Why can Green Bay have the NFL draft, but Sacramento can't have the NBA All-Star game? And the thing has always been hotel rooms. Green Bay has 5,000 hotel rooms. Sacramento has 16,000. The attendance on average, talking about all people at the NFL draft, is 205,000 people. NBA All-Star Game last year brought in around 190,000. Green Bay City proper has 107,000 people versus Sacramento's 524. In their metro area, which is really what you should look at, the surrounding, all the little suburbs, they have 320,000 people. Sacramento has 2.4 million. I need somebody to use small words and explain to me why the NFL can put the draft in a city that has less than a third of the hotel rooms and is just as long, I think, as the All-Star Game. Whereas Sacramento has triple the hotel rooms. It's not the number one sport, the NBA and the All-Star Game. Why can we not have it here? What is the difference? What am I missing?
This is my best explanation, meaning it's not.
It might be the right one.
It might not be. I have no idea. My best explanation is I think what you're comparing is good, but I think it's apples to oranges.
Tell me why.
Because I think if we're doing All-Star Game, now I'm comparing the Kings to Toronto, Orlando, Houston, Chicago, whatever, every other market that has more than Sacramento.
Yeah.
But you're comparing the NFL to, like, what your example is totally fine. But I think it's because of that. So if the NBA is choosing between 29 other cities,
sure,
maybe Sacramento's 30th or 29th.
And
I don't know that's the answer. That's my best.
The NBA has had the
guess.
All-Star game in almost, I think, I want to say, is it maybe Memphis and OKC are the only ones that haven't had it? I want to say Orlando has.
But is the NFL also, when you're worrying about hotel rooms, the NFL is probably worrying about the NFL brass, not the 200,000 people. I don't look at that, honestly, as a hotel room for people coming from, there's going to be a lot of people from Sacramento going to the All-Star game.
Sure.
But it's stars, celebrity, like the highfalutin hotels is kind of what they're looking for.
And I think let's break that down. So the NFL draft, you don't have very many, if any, current pro players. You have, like you said, you have the brass, you have the draftees in attendance. Let's think about the ones that get like the best rooms, right? Well, why is that any different from, the Sawyer goes completely to the players and coaches. That is the top of the pops. Then you have the Hilton. Then you have the Sheraton or whatever. You've got a group of hotels downtown that would fit the bill that are 4- and 5-star hotels. That's where you put the core of the NBA folks there. And then you let the media and then the people and everybody else, same thing. And there's triple the hotel rooms. I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying on the surface, I found myself going, why is it that literally the smallest market in sports, in American sports, Green Bay is the smallest market in sports by a good margin. Why do they get to have a carnival showcase? Like, to me, the draft and the All-Star game, they're from similar cloths. They're not surrounded by regular season or play. That's not what it's about. It's about growing the game and showing the game. There's more people that attend the draft. They have a third of the hotel rooms. They're a smaller city. They're a smaller metro. They're far more difficult to get to. You have to fly into Chicago, Milwaukee, or Appleton, literally Appleton, to get there.
I just think the league, the NFL I'm speaking of, isn't. So you and I and Chris decided to go to the draft yesterday in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And so likely we're going to need a hotel. They're like, they'll figure it out. You had to stay in.
Yeah, they'll leave it to
Milwaukee.
us to Airbnb or to get a hotel or whatever. They don't care.
It's like, but you stayed 3 hours away.
Sure.
That's all right.
Why
That's
can't the NBA do that? And by the way, within 3 hours is San Francisco.
You're trying to make this logical.
Yes.
For the past 5 years, the NFL has done basically everything to say we're going to do whatever you want. You figure it out.
Yeah.
We know you're coming. Who cares?
Well, and gee golly, the NFL, terrible organization that is lacking popularity. Nope, wait. They're actually by far, as we just said, the most popular sport in America. So if it's good enough for them, if anyone, the NFL should be like, no, we're only going to Chicago, Las Vegas, or New Orleans.
Do you think the NBA has that type of pull to where they could put an all-star game in Green Bay and people will show up?
I think they could put an all-star game in Sacramento, Oklahoma City, or Memphis, and people would show up.
Yeah, well,
I do too, but I mean, again, their choices. So let's go to last year. If their choices are San Francisco or Sacramento,
sure, of course,
San Francisco.
But the NFL's choices are also Chicago, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Tampa, Miami, like they do with the Super Bowl.
But they bounced around.
Are they putting a Super Bowl in Green Bay?
No, they're putting. And am I asking for of course, the NBA Finals will never be in Sacramento. I'm not asking for that. What I'm saying, is that there are the NBA draft and the NBA All-Star game is to the NFL Pro Bowl. In fact, I would say the NBA All-Star game is actually better and more popular than the Pro Bowl, maybe. And the NFL draft.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten either one.
But actually, your previous comment that you were kind of joking about is actually really interesting to me. So let's pretend, because it is possible someday the Kings could be in the NBA Finals.
They could.
That's by far a bigger event than the All-Star game.
And they'll figure it out.
And they will play here. They won't go, we have a hotel issue. We're going to move the Kings home games to San Francisco. No, they'll play in Sacramento.
And that's what I would say to Adam Silver if he was on the phone. I'd be like, you'll figure it out for the finals. Guess what? We busted our ass. Everybody did. From Stern to Johnson to Vivek to us to everybody to keep this team here. Yeah. Fine. Also, we put up $350 million in public money in a model partnership probably the most the public has, factoring for inflation, the public has put into a stadium/arena in the last 20 years. And it's been a model for you. So not only do we need the influx, and it would be great for us, but how about a reward that you can dangle to other cities in the future when they want to move or their city councils don't want to spend any money? You say, hey, look, even in Sacramento, they spent $325 million on this arena.
Yeah.
They got an all-star game 15 years later that brought in $300 million. Doesn't even out like that, but still.
Would it help if we call Silver right now and say, look, between Dave's house, my house, and Chris's house, 3 more Airbnbs?
Yes.
That should do it.
Figure it out. You can it hit me because we've had this conversation so many times and we've always just left it at, well, they need 15,000 hotel rooms and we only have 6,000. We're a long way off. And we never really had anything to push back on other than just the spirit of it. But now we're looking at an example.
Yeah, it was funny when you started. I didn't know where you're going with the segment, but I was thinking where you were going. I was way off, but now it made me go back to the question. I thought you were going to say, what if the draft was here?
I think, but see,
but what would that do?
Well,
honest question.
For the
NFL draft, which we're clearly saying
the NFL draft was here.
Foolproof, but we don't have an NFL team here per se. But if we said it'd be planned for 2 years.
Sure.
The NFL draft will be in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Pick a site.
Yeah.
Capitol Mall, Sac State,
Sure.
wherever. Doesn't matter. Somewhere that could hold a lot of people.
Yes.
How many people go? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But apparently a lot, right?
I think about 200,000 people.
Do you think so?
I do. I think it's there. Who the hell is going to, I mean, no offense to Green Bay and Lambeau Field and yeah. But honestly, like, can you think of a less tourist destination? Not that Sacramento is,
right?
But at least here, some of these people are going to legitimately, they're going to stay in San Francisco and drive out here. They're going to stay in Lake Tahoe.
Trip to Napa, but go to the draft.
100%. Just like in Green Bay, I guarantee you somebody's in Milwaukee. Somebody's flying in from Chicago.
Yay, Milwaukee.
Right. Weehaw, right? Like, I would argue the Sacramento, Tahoe, San Francisco triangle is a lot more attractive than a lot of these other small, like what the hell is around Oklahoma City? What the hell is around Memphis? It's very attractive. I thought, okay, so you thought I was going somewhere and I wasn't. Now I thought you were going somewhere, which is like, well, what if they, they're traveling the NBA draft? We have the NBA draft here. Throw us a bone, man.
That'd probably do well.
I think it would do well. So this whole thing about like the hotel room thing, I just want to say, Adam, why is it the NFL can pull it off and you can't? And to Jason's point, why is it that you'd somehow figure out the NBA Finals? Is it just that you guys laugh in the bathroom? You're like, they're never getting come.
Yeah, you got to be prepared for that.
You know what else? And if aliens decide to become NBA fans, we'll worry about that then. It's got the same chance as the Kings being in the finals. Okay, fine. But you have to have a contingency plan. Yeah. You're just going to cancel the finals? You're going to make us play in San Francisco like the A's are going to play their playoff games?
We'll have the refs take care of it. Too soon?
Jason, that's way too soon, man. We'll take a break when we come back. Big comeback in Memphis for Oklahoma City. The Clippers take control, and the Knicks get their home court advantage back. Yeah, we'll do all that right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton and Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Johnny Mosley with Friday's Toyota Tahoe report. The weather's looking a little iffy up here for sure, but there's still plenty of fun to be had on the mountain. Pack a couple extra layers, load up your Toyota, and head on up here.
Thanks, Johnny. A slight chance of showers this afternoon with partially sunny skies and a high near 51. Tonight, snow levels at 7,000 feet, lowering to 6,300 feet after midnight. Tomorrow, there will be a chance of rain and snow showers. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I just during the break had a conversation with somebody who knows things. You were here for that.
Yeah.
Was it Jason?
You weren't talking to me.
With?
And the best answer I got, and by the way, this individual, like all of us, really wants an all-star game here, was that with the NBA, the rule is 5-star hotels.
Yes.
You have to have a certain amount of 5-star hotels.
I called them highfalutin.
Highfalutin is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, because we have to make sure that all the corporations that are coming here that are sponsoring the event have their top 5 hotel rooms.
That is literally exactly right.
And so if you have choices like LA, San Francisco, Miami, pick your other places that have that, then that's why the league picks that.
And
right or wrong, but that's what they do.
And then Indianapolis ruined it.
Well, hell, they had it in Salt Lake City. Somebody out here said, well, they had it in Salt Lake City.
But
They have a lot more of that. They really do, because it's the skiing and all that stuff. Weirdly enough, Salt Lake's got a lot of that crap.
And actually, Indianapolis, isn't it? I could be wrong, but don't they have the most conventions?
Yes,
it's like a convention city.
And that's why you have Final Fours and Super Bowls and all kinds of stuff there. They've really figured that out. And I think a lot of that's the Midwestern proximity. That's why they have the NFL Draft Combine there. A lot of it's just proximity. So really what it comes down to is that the NBA, which is a distant second at best to the NFL in America, has more stringent rules and regulations for their all-star game than the NFL does for their draft.
And then the odd part that we brought up about, okay, if the Kings ever made, let's just make the most extreme. Kings and not Wizards, Charlotte final.
Sure. Yep.
You have to go to Charlotte. You have to go to Sacramento.
Yep.
But I think the argument for this, for the league, I guess, would be they might get more stars that go to the All-Star game or corporations when it's like, oh, I'm not as interested in the Sacramento-Charlotte finals. Yeah, it's the NBA finals, but I'm not as interested. Whereas every single Victor Wembanyama, pick all your players, they're all here at the draft, or excuse me, at the All-Star game.
Right.
I don't know. Doesn't seem right, but
I mean, the NFL drafted Lil Wayne there yesterday. He's a big star.
Yeah.
Lil star.
Yeah.
Isn't he a Packer fan?
Yes, huge Packer fan.
Yeah.
No, Lil Packer fan.
Lil Packer fan.
Mount Waymore?
Mount Waymore?
Yeah. Lil.
Newton.
Brady.
John.
Ooh, oh, God. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Number one.
Were you going to go Wayne John?
No, when I first heard you say that, I thought Wayne John. Shania. Mark.
Debbie.
Debbie Wayne. Wayne. Debbie.
Oh, we're doing Wayne. I thought we were doing Little.
No. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a Mount Waymore, and there'll be a little part next to it. I like that. Little Debbie, though, is good.
Because he said John, so I'm like, oh, Little John.
Would Lil John be on Waymore and
He
Lil
could,
Moore?
but here's the thing. Is there a difference between Lil and Little in this scenario?
I think so.
Okay. So Lil is its own Rushmore. Mount Lilmore and Mount Littlemore.
Yeah.
If it's Mount Littlemore, I would say Rich, Rock, Stewart, and John. Off the top of my head.
Little John?
Little John from Robin Hood.
Come on. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking Lil John.
The Lil John. No, Little John. Little
bit.
Bo Peep.
Bit.
Little bit.
A little bit.
That's what this is. Yeah. And where's Lil? Debbie. John. Wayne. Mac. No? It's Friday. We're starting to get there, dude.
Yeah.
We're starting to get there. 8 o'clock on, baby.
Wow.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Ja Morant. There's a segue. Lil Ja took a
big spill.
Big spill, and thank God he's okay. Also, what did I see? Jimmy Butler. It's a deep gluteus. He's got a giant butt bruise.
Yeah,
and he should. But sounds like they'll work him through that. I think we'll hear more on Ja today. It definitely makes. Look, just from an NBA standpoint, it makes one series a lot more interesting, and that's the Rockets and Warriors. I think the Warriors, most people thought would win, not easily, but they would win that series. But if Jimmy Butler is any sort of held back, that becomes a big thing. Ja Morant, I don't know how big a difference that'll make over 7 games.
Just a thought last night watching that game, watched when it happened, watched the fall, and the announcers were right on it, and they said, look, because it looked like he was done, like absolutely done. And they said, well, if he hang on a second, I got to sneeze.
Oh, here we go. I wish you'd leave the mic on for this. It's so great.
He has to shoot the free throws if he's going to stay in the game. And
Yes.
so the thought process is, okay, get up there and shoot the free throws, go to the locker room afterwards, and then if you come back, you come back. But if not, someone else shoots the free throws and you're definitely out. Is that a rule that should be changed? Is it? I don't know if it comes into play that often, but
here's why it can't be changed.
Can't be, okay.
Well,
the penalty is still you as the opposing
you
coach pick who shoots the free
Yeah,
throw.
you know what? I was just about to counter myself by saying that because I was going to say, okay, I shoot 50%, you shoot not. No, but that's
fake an injury, and
you're absolutely right, though. Yeah, it should be changed. Yeah, you turned me on that. You're right.
I don't even know that I'm campaigning for it. I just thought, why do we have that rule?
Why are we having Kobe Bryant? Why are we having Klay Thompson? Why are we having Ja Morant? These people are clearly incredibly injured.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, let me just say this.
And you sub in and out of the game.
Ja Morant last night, and now I'm sure this wasn't the case. You look at the replay, but very well could. What if John Morant is trying to shoot 2 free throws while he's incredibly concussed?
Right.
You don't have time to do concussion protocol in between getting up and going to the free throw line, and you sure as hell shouldn't have anybody that should be in concussion protocol. So it's almost a player safety issue in itself. You are, to your point, Jason, it's a great point. You're encouraging players to possibly risk health, whether it's a concussion, whether it's an Achilles, whatever it may be. You're encouraging them to do that so they can possibly re-enter the game.
Yeah. One other thing, too, from yesterday, just maybe a rules thing that I thought was really bizarre and could have cost the Knicks the game last night. So the Knicks look like they're going to win. They're going to win.
Yeah.
They got to the point where they got fouled up 1. Brunson made the first. They're up 2. There's 0.5
left.
He missed on purpose, which made sense. But the
shot clock started, or the clock started.
So inadvertent, it should not have. And all of a sudden, it's Pistons ball. It was like a free timeout. And I went, I don't know what the workaround is.
I was thinking the same thing.
But that could have cost them the game.
It literally could, because Brunson missed it. So instead of being up 3, they're up 2. And now the Pistons get a side out. We've seen stranger things happen in a half second. It didn't have to be a 3 now.
Right. And I guess the other workaround would have been like the miss on purpose. So now I have to catch the rebound and heave it 80 feet if I went, and then good for you.
And then they hand down the ball and it goes right out the other side. I don't know what the workaround is. I do think it was important to add, and I appreciated the announcers doing this, that in the playoffs, timekeepers rotate. They're not. It wasn't the Detroit timekeeper there, which that's a good piece of knowledge to have. We'll take a break. When we come back, second half of the program on a Friday. Don't forget, A's closer, Superman. This guy is incredible. Mason Miller is going to join us at 9:30. Let's get into the draft in the second round. Also, Defensive Player of the Year announced. I was more interested in who didn't get votes for Defensive Player of the Year. We'll talk about that. And when we get back, you have your Friday Fun and Games. It's coming up, Jason. I got a game for you guys to play, too. I've been waiting to do. We'll do that next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Attention retirement savers. A top U.S. bank predicts a 2025 recession as tariffs rattle markets. According to reports, 2025 recession risk just increased significantly. That's why thousands of hardworking Americans are turning to award-winning precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-969-GOLD. Find out how you can help diversify your savings. Tax and penalty-free today. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Getting out the door to a cool start with a lot of clouds. We're going to see limited sunshine once again this afternoon. We'll call it a mostly cloudy day, but it's going to stay dry in the valley. Temperatures will peak in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
Whitey here with another great grilling tip. The Napoleon Stainless Steel Prestige 500 Connected Propane Grill with infrared side and rear burner featuring Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity brings you closer to your grilling experience than ever before. The Napoleon Connected lets you monitor temperatures, set timers, and receive high temp warnings. Boop, boop. All from your smartphone with temperature probes and LCD display. You'll always know exactly what's happening inside your grill. Napoleon's LED control knobs even illuminate for nighttime entertaining and feature safety glow. Napoleon Grills, simply the best.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Save $12,750 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Silverado 1500 LT and RST 5.3 in stock at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. After all rebates. And Maida Chevy still has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $12,750 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Frustrating 2011 or newer. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Second half of the program. It's Friday. Welcome in to a Friday. Just a Friday. It's a Friday. Whatever.
Just a Friday.
Nothing special. It's just a Friday. Guys, Chris, did you get my text? You're still working on it? That's fine. All right. So I want to play a little game with you guys because this made me laugh. Was it a real baseball player? That's the game. Is this a real baseball player? Okay. So I've got a list in front of me of
play it now.
Yeah, please go ahead. Give me my. There we go. I asked Chris I said, hey, Chris, I texted him. I said, can you find me an old timey baseball bed? And then I had to follow up because I know Chris like bed music, not. I can see Chris sending me an Amazon thing of like an actual baseball bed,
right?
Which would be kind of cool. I'm going to give you a name, and I want you guys to tell me. You guys play along at home. Whether or not this was an actual baseball player or if I made it up. Timmy Twellinger.
Baseball player.
Baseball player.
I made it up. Sugar Cane.
Baseball player.
Baseball player.
He was a baseball player. He was a pitcher. Johnny Dickshot.
Not a baseball player.
Yeah, not a baseball player.
He was a left fielder with a 2.3 career WAR, 990 at bats.
Wonder how he got that nickname.
Born January. Well, it's not a nickname. That was his last name.
Wonder how he got that last name.
January, probably because his parents' last name. He was from the Waukegan Dickshots. Johnny Dickshot, left fielder, 6 feet, 190 pounds, born January of 1910. Urban Shocker.
That's made up.
Chris?
Made up.
Pitcher, born September 22nd, 1890. 59 career WAR, 187 wins for Urban Shocker. Jack Glasscock.
That one is made up.
Real baseball player.
Chris takes the lead, 2-1. Jack Glasscock was a shortstop and second baseman, 5'8", 160, born in 1857. Jason, over 2,000 career hits.
Wow.
I wonder if he's like the first person you play against, like in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and Glass Show.
Orville.
Oh, yeah, 100% a baseball player.
Made up.
Chris takes a 3-1 lead. I made that up. Stubby Clapp.
That's a real baseball player. I know that one. Confirmed.
Yeah? Well, you're giving him points now.
No, he's not going to believe me.
Not a real.
Yes, I got one.
Jason gets a point. Stubby Clapp was a second baseman for St. Louis. I believe he also played for the Reds.
Did you go to school with him, Jason?
He was born in 1973.
Oh, no. You went to school with your friend. He was your friend's grandkid.
Huh.
All right. Pussy Tebow. Pussy Tebow.
Real baseball player.
Made up.
4-2, Chris. Right fielder. Just 6 at-bats in his career. But how about this?
I think you're mispronouncing
6 at-bats. He batted 500. Why only 6 at-bats, we might ask. I don't know. Orville overall.
You had an Orville, and now it's Orville overall?
It's Orville overall. Or I'm making it up. Or it's real. Orville overall.
That's real.
Made up.
Jason Ross down 4-3. We've got ourselves a ball game. I really love this game. Okay. Mysterious Walker. What I would give for that. Don't do it. That's in my head because of you. I've got the Solve Mysteries song in my head.
Pardon my French.
Mysterious Walker.
Texas Ranger.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be damned.
Real.
Yeah, Walker tells me this is real.
He is real. Mysterious Walker is real. Both of you get points 5-4. Chicken Hawks.
How do you spell Hawks?
Hawks.
Oh, it wasn't Hox.
Hox, no.
Made up.
Real.
We have a tie game.
Woo!
Chicken Hawks.
Chicken Hawks.
Was born in 1896 in San Francisco. First baseman and outfielder. Yeah. All right, couple more here. Lil Stoner. Lil. Speaking of our Lilmores. Lil Stoner.
Real.
I'm going to go made up on that one.
We have a leader. Christopher Laud. Lil Stoner was a pitcher. He was 50 and 57 in his career. Buttercup Dickerson.
Made up.
I'm going to go real. Oh, come on.
We have a tie game. Oh, Buttercup Dickerson. Woo! Outfielder. 500 career hits. Okay, we're tied. Let's wrap this up, guys.
For the
Should
win.
we write it down so no one has an advantage?
I think that's an excellent idea. All right. The only Nolan. Everyone play at home. The only Nolan. Got it?
Locked in.
Okay.
Locked in.
So the two acceptable answers are real or fake. We could have just done this anyways. On the count of 3, I want you guys to say what you answered, okay? Real or fake? 1, 2, 3.
Real.
And you can see I wrote that.
Yes. You wrote fake. Chris wrote real.
Pretty sure I lost.
How sure are you? Because Jason,
you did lose.
You lost. The only Nolan was a pitcher, outfielder, and third baseman. Born in 1855. He was a child of the Civil War.
You read that wrong. It's Thonley.
It looks like I know more about baseball than Jason.
Yeah, I know more about fake baseball.
Some of the names we didn't get to: Boots Poffenberger, Peekaboo Veach, Tony Suck, Dick Week, Vinegar Bend Mizell. No, really, Vinegar Bend Mizell.
Are these real?
I'm not going to read that one, and that tells you I'm just not reading that one at the top.
Buster's.
Yes, Candy Cummings and P. Ridge Day. That's P-E-A.
The point I have to compliment you is when Jason told you to spell it, and you looked over and started to do it, but then you looked up as if you
Thank you for noticing
were trying to make it up.
Thank you for noticing that. That was a conscious decision because I knew I looked over and, well, that's a giveaway right there. I got to do something. Thank you for noticing that. That's well done. Anyways, so there you go. Hope Sean Thomas and I used to play the whole Giants farmhand or founding father game, which is one of my all-time favorites. But
yeah, we do that.
Have we done that?
Yeah, because it was my idea.
Was it? Dude, that was like 20 years ago, man. Come on. That was like legit.
We did it last year.
No, but I'm saying whenever it was originally your idea, it was on the night show, which was like 20 years ago. Anyway, so the Raiders took Ashton Jeanty with the first pick in the draft. You heard Dan Orlovsky say earlier, if you were with us, that he thinks it's a great pick. And not that Dan's right or wrong, but thinks it's a great pick. But I do agree with him. You can be running back all day long. Just look at the Niners, look at the old Broncos, look at the Shanahan system, and so many others. Look at the Patriots all those years. Corey Dillon was the best running back they had in that entire empire, but they always had giant holes for these guys to run through. Ashton Jeanty's going to find ways to make up for a bad offensive line at times, but to maximize him, you got to have beefcake.
Yeah, and past success doesn't mean you're going to have it, but if you look at the first-round running backs they've had before, whether it was Marcus Allen, Napoleon Kaufman, McFadden,
Josh Jacobs.
I mean, if he's anywhere in that group,
yes,
that's a good pick. I mean, but they need the line. I actually think they've had a good offseason. I like that.
I do
with,
too.
New GM, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith. I mean, look, no one's picking Super Bowl, but you got to start somewhere, and it just feels like I don't know any other way to say it. I feel like their moves have made sense. That's a good thing to be saying.
I couldn't agree with you more. They have been, they're not flashy.
Mm-hmm.
They seem smart, logical, reasoned with a plan. Now, who knows? They might go out next year and go 4-13.
Right,
I don't know.
That was dumb, but
and I don't, and by the way, I don't think they're competing for a title next year.
Right.
But in the NFL, you can turn it around so quickly.
And you got to start somewhere. This feels like this is a start to me.
I'm really, really happy. If I was a Raider fan, I'm really, proof's in the pudding, as we just said, but really happy with the direction they seem to be going. Now, one thing that John Spytek, the new GM, isn't going to have to do, like his Giants counterpart did last year. I forget who the GM is for the Giants, but his son is on tape screaming at him to take Jaden Daniels with their pick. They did not take Jaden Daniels. He didn't listen to his kid, and he ended up having a very good year for the Washington Commanders. John Spytek's son said a couple months ago, or in fact, Spytek said, I think it was on Sirius XM, my son will kill me if I don't take Ashton Jeanty. So he's weighed in. And then in an interview yesterday, Ashton Jeanty, after being picked by the Raiders, said, I had a feeling I was going there when I heard that interview. So listen to your kids, by the way. You said on here, we got a break. You said on here, I think I know what you meant. You said, where will Jacobs land among that list? Did you mean where will Jeanty end up on that list of first round? Yeah. If he's got the line in front of him, and I don't even think it has to be the best line in the end. If he's got an above average line in front of him, I think he's the best back on that list.
Better than Marcus Allen.
I forgot you put Marcus Allen on that list. Okay. I think he's the best back on that list, not named Marcus Allen. And by the way,
McFadden and Jacobs were really good.
McFadden to me is one of the Darren McFadden and Reggie Bush are two of the all-time misses for me. Watching them in college, and then not that McFadden had a bad career, neither did Bush, but nothing like I thought was coming out of that backfield in college. We'll see what Jeanty does, but he certainly, from his college numbers, has all the tools. We'll take a break. When we come back, the first round as a whole is complete. The NFL draft. We'll give you the highlights and in one case, the lowlights, and a very interesting possibility on day 2 coming up right after this.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. From city streets to open highways, Toyota's legendary reliability is built for every road ahead. Right now, get a low-cost lease on a versatile 2025 RAV4 hybrid, or shop the industry's best lineup of hybrid SUVs with a 2025 Grand Highlander hybrid and stylish 2025 Toyota Crown Signia. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 4/30/25.
Sacramento Rivercats baseball is here, and the Cats Pass is your all-access pass to the full 2025 season. Enjoy access to every single home game at Sutter Health Park at unbeatable value. Cats Pass holders receive access to the Sky River Casino Solon Club on select dates, along with upgrades and guest options. Join us for unbeatable value with the Sacramento Rivercats all season long. Get your Cats Pass today at rivercats.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
The commissioner of the NFL just picked you up in that hug. Is that the last man that's going to try to tackle you in the NFL?
Nah, I don't think so.
That's Ashton Jeanty. Got picked up by Roger Goodell.
Raj.
Ashton got drafted in the top 10. Shedeur Sanders did not.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is, of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Also, it's funny, if you missed the opening of the program, the highest this slot has been in forever, in over a decade. Thank you to all of you all. We finished number 4 in the entire market. We appreciate that. And if you missed Jason Ross's, because what we didn't do is finish 3rd, 2nd, or 1st. And if you missed Jason Ross's comments, here's what he had to say.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is, of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Legendary.
Man, I know I said it, but I felt like I got misquoted.
I feel, you know what? Legendary is all that matters.
Yeah.
That's kind of the motto of the program. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Shedeur Sanders today, where he gets picked. Also, I will admit, the pick I care about the most, the rest of this draft, there's nobody more than Cameron Scadaboo, former Sac Satyr, Rio Linda.
Is he a today guy, 2nd, 3rd round? Is he a weekend 4th through 7th? I think he's, from what I've seen, he's around the 3rd to 4th.
That's what I was going to say.
Might be today. I think the guy can play. I mean, he's every round. I wasn't sure when he left Sac State. In all candor, I knew he was good. He was great as a Hornet, one of the best.
Yes.
I don't know. Arizona State's, that's another level. We'll just see. And then he's checked every box every time he's played. Last year when they get to that bowl game against Texas, they're going against the number 1 defense in the country. And just he wore them out as the game went along. And, again, his versatility, just even silly things like he can punt. He can throw the ball. He's a good blocker. He catches the ball. He obviously can run. I just think he needs to be on an NFL team.
I think it's going to be day 3 or 3rd round.
Okay, so
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Day 3, day 2, 3rd round.
Yeah.
I really, 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 really want him to be a Niner.
Oh, that'd be great.
I so badly want to see him in the Shanahan system. He ain't going to be Christian McCaffrey, but he could certainly be a wonderful change of pace John, just do it. Just draft him.
I mean, look, he was a fan favorite for the Hornets. He became a legend at Arizona State. I think he'll kind of fall in line there with whatever NFL team drafts him, given that opportunity.
Let me ask you a question. Speaking of, just for funsies, Jason. The 49ers have the 11th pick of the second round, 43rd overall. And the 49ers also have the 11th pick of the third round, 75th overall. They also, by the way, have the 36th pick of the third round as well. They have an extra third rounder in there. How would you react if they spent the 43rd pick overall on Shedeur Sanders, if he fell to them?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, they still have not, and by all reports, they're going to finalize Brock Purdy.
Sure.
But let's assume that you finalize Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Either you're always looking to upgrade.
Yeah.
And if Sanders is an upgrade, then at some point he becomes your guy.
How the hell do you find that out, though? Like, practice
or injury. I mean, that's kind of how we get to Purdy, right? I mean, Purdy was, who was the guy? Nick. I can't remember the third quarterback that he ended up beating out.
Mullins?
No, it wasn't Mullins. Maybe I have the wrong guy.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm sure it was Brian Hoyer.
Yeah. And then, then it was Trey Lance to Jimmy Garoppolo to Purdy. And then eventually it got to be Purdy. Now, Purdy got reps in practice and in preseason and all that. But I think then it became opportunity.
Okay. So that's the silly question.
Yeah.
And you might think this is a silly question too, but I don't.
I mean, look at Atlanta, by the way, last year. Had Cousins already.
Yep.
And then drafted Penix. And by the end of the year, they're like, we're going to Penix. And now I think that's their guy going forward.
What about the Raiders, who have the 5th pick of the second round? That actually, I think, really, there was talk
about him at 6.
Of him at 6 instead of Jeanty.
Yes.
Now, again, that was a while ago when that changed. But I think if you told the Raiders back in October, November, that they'd have an opportunity to get Shedeur Sanders in the second round. That's where they drafted, I believe. That's where they got Derek Carr, was in the second round. No offense to Geno Smith, but he ain't 20.
Right. And I don't know how these teams graded him out. Obviously, we thought he would be a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Who was it that traded up last night? The Giants to get Jackson Dart. That was the second QB.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a surprise. Not shocking, but a little bit of a surprise. So, obviously, he's been rated lower to some on their draft. Pittsburgh, I think, had a really good chance to get him.
I thought it was Pittsburgh. Everybody thought it was going to be Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And then I don't know if that meant they're feeling they're going to get Aaron Rodgers, or is it also like, I thought you could get Aaron Rodgers for a year, maybe 2, and then have it be Shedeur, and maybe they take him in the second round. Who knows? I think there's a lot of the teams that were probably interested in will still have a chance in the second round.
Clay Matthews helped start off. They had a bunch of Packer greats to start off the draft, and I thought he was going to throw a massive, massive curveball. Ended up actually being okay.
I just got off the phone with the president, Donald Trump. He asked me to pass a message along.
Okay, so at this point, I think everyone's like, "Oh God, what is happening? What's about to?" I was kind of half paying attention because the basketball game was on, and all I heard was president. I didn't even hear the Donald Trump part. I just heard president, and I went, "Oh, this has to be off script. What is Clay going to do in front of millions of people? This is going to be interesting." And then I think he brought it back.
To all 32 NFL franchises. So let me tell you what it reads here. All right. It says, "My fellow Americans, the Bears still suck."
I didn't see it coming. He knows the crowd he's playing to. And I would like to also compliment the crowd too. I kind of cringed a little bit because former Bears great Steve Mykel passed a few days ago, and Roger Goodell was talking about him and how the NFL is, passing on their condolences to the family. And he also mentioned Walter Payton more than a few times during the whole draft. You got to understand, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Bears all hate each other. And the hate between Bears and Packers is palpable. And they're in Lambeau. They're at Green Bay, dude. I actually thought the crowd was really classy because to be honest with you, I think it was during the Peyton thing, the second Peyton thing. I heard a couple of boos, but like during McMichael, I'm like, crap. Like,
not the time.
Not the time. And you know there's going to be Packer fans there, older Packer fans that remember Mykel and doing things against them and winning and blah, blah, or whatever. I thought they handled themselves really well. They knew that wasn't the time to boo, and then they got back to booing. And, that's why everybody says the Midwest is very, very nice. Speaking of the Bears, they got themselves somebody with that 10th pick.
So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Play that almost exclusively for our guy MC, who's a big Bears fan. I also think the Bears are on the rise as well. First tight end taken to the draft, top 10 tight end, or top 10 pick goes to the tight end. And the post-draft analysis reads like this from one website. Look at what Ben Johnson did with Sam Laporta when he was the Lions OC. That's who Loveland will be in Chicago. His ability to play in line and be a plus-level run blocker, plus his versatility in terms of alignment in the passing game, makes him an ideal player in that Bear offense. As Chicago looks to build around quarterback Caleb Williams, the offense now has Loveland, Cole Kmet, Rome Odunze, and DJ Moore. That is an exciting lineup. I agree. I could be completely wrong, but I really do think the Bears are on the rise.
They're building something, right? I mean, it takes a while to do it. Yeah. I got the quarterback last year, got a coach now, and got to make sure you protect him because he had trouble. I mean, he was getting pressured and sacked all year last year, so we'll see how they do that. But they got skill players now.
Round 2 is today, Jason. Round 2 and 3, 4 and 7 on Saturday as well. All that coverage. Plus, you got the NBA, you got baseball. So we've still got some pretty good weekends. Plus, by the way, golf fans, that one weird Zurich whatever tournament's going on in New Orleans. It's right out of the week after we leave. It's the one where they team up in pairs to play against each other. So I think yesterday's leader in the clubhouse, that team shot a 58. Yeah, that was the leader by like 2. We'll take a break. It's like when you and I go out and play. Yeah. When we come back, we got some awards happening in the NBA. Defensive Player of the Year was named. We'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about who didn't get votes. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Diamond Pacific Supply and Trex, Michelob Ultra, and Carl's Jr. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Doors have been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need, they'll take care of you at National Garage Door, 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
If you've been looking for an SUV that combines luxury, comfort, and off-road capability, look no further than the most awarded SUV ever, the Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. With 470 foot-pounds of torque, a 6,000-pound towing capacity, great gas mileage, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the perfect SUV for all your needs. See for yourself why people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Centrally located across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course, it's the place where a handshake still means something.
Sacramento, get ready. The Sacktown Sports Live events calendar is packed with epic shows you won't want to miss. Classic rock bands, America takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on May 9th. Then hip-hop legend LL Cool J brings the beats to Thunder Valley on May 10th. The Outlaw Music Festival rolls into Toyota Amphitheater on May 18th. And punk pioneers The Dam hit Ace of Spades on May 31st. June heats up with JJ Gray and Mofro at Ace of Spades on June 10th. Plus, country superstars Lee Brice and Walker Hayes at Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st. Then, it's 3 days of country fun at the Country Summer Music Festival at Sonoma County Fairgrounds on June 27th through the 29th. Get your boots ready for the Folsom Pearl Rodeo July 3rd through 5th. Then, catch Cody Johnson at Golden One Center on July 18th and Parker McCollum at Ironstone Amphitheater on August 16th. Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and don't miss out. Find all the details at sacktownsports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Funny thing is about the draft, at least if you're looking at Mel Kiper's rankings, in the second round, when you look under best available, the cornerback out of Michigan, Will Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He's number 10 overall ranking.
Yeah, I don't know why they were talking about him a lot last night.
Let's see. That's who they have as the best available overall. The number 20 overall, Mike Green, edge rusher out of Marshall, is the 20th overall. They've got Shedeur Sanders at 35. But the 25th overall ranked guy, the 28th overall ranked guy, but really when you have you got to wonder with Will Johnson, you're number 2 cornerback, you're number 10 overall. And again, that's just one, but most of them are going to be around each other.
Yeah. Also might have a Hornet Stingers up, maybe a Jackson Slater 3rd, 4th, 5th round, maybe somewhere in there today or tomorrow.
Who is the best NFL player you ever called at Sac State?
We actually have done some of that where we've tried to debate.
Is it Landry?
Who?
Am I getting Cowboys had like 19 interceptions.
You mean were they a Hornet or who they played against?
No. I'm sorry, a Hornet.
Okay,
a Hornet.
Yeah. That was Deron Bland. Yeah, he was a Hornet for a couple years.
That was Deron Landry. Is that somebody?
Landry, I don't know.
Landry? Okay, anyways, Deron.
I was going the other way as far as who they played because there was years ago, Sac State played Oregon State. They had Steven Jackson, the running back, Andrew Luck. Actually, that Stanford team they played had Andrew Luck, Richard Sherman. They had like 4 or 5 pro. They had a bunch of guys that were NFL guys. Andrew Luck, I remember the coaching staff back then saying, look, Sac State wasn't going to beat Stanford, I don't think, but they were so impressed with him. Like literally they blitzed from every angle, tried every different. They're like, yeah, he picked everything up and like, it just was unfair.
Yeah.
I would say I wouldn't agree with your greatest Hornet.
Who do you think it would be, Chris?
Cougs? Ryan Coogler.
It's a great point. Did you see his thing? How, was it Variety Magazine was like, it's
only made $65 million.
Yeah, and then
as an R-rated horror movie that came out on Easter.
But what was the one they compared it to that like had the same exact numbers, but they were like, I triumph.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Tarantino, yeah.
So wait, what were they saying?
They were basically saying that Coogler's movie was a disappointment coming in under budget, and it like cost the same and had the same first week.
It cost $90 million to make.
Yeah. It's
65.
Tarantino's movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then they showed, somebody went back and found that headline. It was like, a triumph over everyone. What a wonderful.
Yeah. By the way,
and that movie is amazing. If you get a chance, see it at IMAX.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No, Sinners.
Have you seen it twice now, Chris?
I tried to go for a second time, but then my back got all screwy.
When you say it's amazing, is it actually scary?
There are scary parts.
So it's like one of those like tense movies, but it's not like,
Like I'm a horror aficionado.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like a horror movie.
Okay.
Is he saying horror?
Horror.
Okay.
What were you going to say? You were going to say something. No? Okay.
Like I would suggest Jason see it, and he's not a horror movie guy.
I like scary movies, but I don't like movies that like involve gore and blood and chopping people's legs off. But like, for example, The Shining is like the scariest movie I've ever seen. Like, I like movies like that where you're just like
on the edge,
like in between. Like,
you like that?
I don't like every once. I don't know. It's like food. Like every once in a while, I'll use the hot sauce. You know, I just want to kick. Like I don't watch. I'm not an aficionado like guy over there. But
guy over there.
Here's a. There's no way to segue into this, but I did want to mention it. If you've heard the horrible news, 5-star recruit and son of Gilbert Arenas, Elijah Arenas, was in a terrible, terrible car crash. His Cybertruck hit a fire hydrant and telephone pole. He had to be pulled from it by a couple of heroes who found a way to bend the window out. He was put into a medically induced coma. I think this is the day before last. The statement just came from the family. In a remarkable and hopeful development, Elijah Arenas has come out of his coma and has shown significant signs of progress in the last 24 hours. He opened his eyes, was able to write on a piece of paper that he remembered the smoke and asked, did anyone get hurt? Although he remains intubated, this progress marks a critical step forward. We're nowhere near talking about will he be able to continue to play? Will he get to college? That's obviously a guy needs to get out of the woods first, but that is a really, really good turn of events. By the way, speaking totally not connected to it, but man, I do want to say something because I'm superstitious about this. Stop me if you've heard this before. Sorry, but it's just the way it is. My mom is about to get rolled into surgery right now. My mom has had many surgeries before over the years, Jason. You know this better than anyone. Some of them are just your normal, I say normal, like, we're going to fuse her neck or we're going to put some titanium in her leg. This is a rough one. This is, she's battling cancer right now. This is, it's not so much the surgery as it is her ability to, her immune system is incredibly low. So it's one of those, can she survive the surgery and itself without an ensuing infection? So I know she's going in around 9 a.m. today. So if I'm not a big thoughts and prayers guy, but if you're a thoughts and prayers guy, we love it. Spare a thought, do whatever. Mom, you're my hero. Love you. Make it happen, Captain. And we'll see you later today when you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Chris Mannix quoted, or he mused, and I thought this was interesting. Hearing everyone in LA, from Ty Lue to Kawhi Leonard to James Harden, speak about the impact Jeff Van Gundy has had, hearing about that makes it hard to believe he will not get a head coaching job this spring. I can't help, I've had this in the back of my head. I can't help but think of it. Look, Doug Christie aside, if he gets a job, he gets a job. But if he doesn't get the job, the Kings could do a lot worse than bringing old Jeff Van Gundy in.
It's made a world of difference to that team.
A world of difference. Yeah. And I love the idea, we want to get better defensively. We want to have accountability. We want a coach that's going to get into players' faces. Jeff Van Gundy doesn't screw around. I know a lot of people think of him as the TV guy. Before he was the TV guy, Jeff Van Gundy was the coach and did quite well and had, this short little bald guy. You'd never think of it, but he's fiery as hell. This guy that held on to Alonzo Mourning's leg in a kerfuffle one time.
Right.
Just cleaning up a couple things here, Jason. Mykel Williams on his ideal rookie season. This is the brand new 49er. Quote, I want to win a ring. We're going to the Super Bowl my rookie year. It's a great way to start the career off. I want a ring. I also want 8 to 10 sacks. I ain't going to lie to you. And I want whatever rookie award it is. Defensive rookie of the year, rookie of the year. I want it. Good for him.
Go get it. Go get it. Go do it.
Well, speaking of awards, the Defensive Player of the Year award is out. Evan Mobley. I did not. I
think you ranked him third of the three.
Not surprised. I don't think he stole. It's nothing like that. Very well deserving. You could have picked any of them guys, and it would have been fine. I just honestly thought Dyson Daniels was going to win it. How about this for Evan Mobley in his contract, which he signed in July of last year? It was his rookie extension. He now goes from $38 million now that he's won Defensive Player of the Year. His original contract he signed in July was worth $224 million. That contract is now worth $269 million. So somebody got paid. Good for you, Evan Mobley. What I thought was incredibly interesting is the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert got one vote, one third place vote. Now, I'm not saying he should have won it. I'm not saying that that's not deserved. I'm actually kind of complimenting the voters because I think we in our heads, rightfully so, think a lot of these guys just, oh, I know that name, I'll put him in. Oh, Rudy Gobert, he must have had a. That's pretty insightful for, I mean, of all of them. I am shocked he didn't get a top 3 vote just because Mortimer McShnurd in Memphis or somebody who's had a vote for 37,000 years is just going, Gobert's got to be top 3. I'll give it to him. Third.
Yeah.
One third place vote for the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. That really, really surprised me.
Will this just be Victor Wembanyama's going forward?
Yes.
I mean, he didn't obviously play enough games this year.
Yes.
Unless we get voter fatigue.
Maybe you do, but here's kind of how I see it. If Victor Wembanyama plays 65 games, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
it's just, unless it's voter fatigue or a shocking off year for him, he would have had it this year. He would have been your Defensive Player of the Year this year, but did not make the cutoff. So I think no offense to Evan Mobley or any of the other guys, but I think they're keeping it warm for Victor Wembanyama. Dyson Daniels finished second. Draymond Green third. You asked the question here as we close out the segment: who has a better chance over their career to make an all-defensive team? Now, this is any of them. Keegan or Keon?
I think Keegan.
I think so too, and I think a lot of it's because of the people he guards, the position he plays, the people he guards. I think, I think you get a little bit more. The big men, or the bigger the player, the more. Remember Marcus Smart won it a few years ago, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, a guard won it." Which let's be honest, guards and perimeter guys that do that should absolutely be in play. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot? Who's not? And we're going to go streaking. Jason, you got quite the streak going right now. Could it continue, or is it laundry day? We'll talk about that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, the A's call-up of last year's first-round pick and fourth selection overall in the draft, Nick Kurtz, is not surprising, but his rise through the A's minor league system is pretty astounding. Kurtz has played in only 32 minor league games, but the numbers are eye-popping. A .336 average, 11 home runs, and 37 RBIs. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who's hot?
Jacob Wilson of the Athletics.
Jacob Wilson. Da-da-da-da.
Friend of the show.
That's right, he is.
He was a good interview.
He was a great.
Actually, all the A's guys that we've ever had on are great interviews.
Better be
you
good,
think we
Mason.
Can do it again today?
At 9:28, 9:30 with Mason Miller?
Bring in the heat.
Are we going to have a great interview or are we going to strike out? Because he strikes people out a lot. He's a closer.
So he's going to close the interview? No.
I hope he doesn't throw us a curveball. Who's hot?
Jacob Wilson.
Okay.
Why? He hit the walk-off single last night for the A's first series win.
Why do they call it a jog-off? Sorry, go ahead. And first walk-off in a what for a huh? Say it again.
First walk-off for the A's in Sacramento.
Okay.
He also hit the last walk-off in Oakland. That was September 24th against
who? No way. Was it?
Rangers?
No.
Texas Rangers.
What the heck kind of a stat is that?
Where did you get that?
Also, if it's Jacob Wilson, it's probably not a walk-off. Because he doesn't walk. Because he doesn't walk, guys.
It's
a jog-off.
He hit the ball yesterday.
Yeah.
The ladder. Jacob's ladder.
Hey, Huey Lewis is one of his
circle for the week.
Yeah, one of his fantastic songs.
Your favorite song.
My favorite Huey Lewis song of all
Somehow,
time.
some way.
Somehow, some way. Well, then, if that's that, then who? Well, who's hot? Who's not? Who's not?
The Denver Nuggets.
Oh,
Did they fire their coach again?
Nikola Jokic had 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 assists last night. Triple-double.
Yeah.
But they lost by 34 points.
Empty calories.
That's the largest loss in a playoff triple-double in NBA history.
What?
He's Sabonis light.
He really is. It's empty calories, I say. Also, we mentioned this earlier. Mike Trout is hitting 169. He struck out 29 times and 83 at bats.
He's out of water.
He is currently the worst ranked right fielder in baseball.
I might need to take him out of my lineup.
Better angelfish, trout or salmon?
Kevin Bass.
Astros. Yeah.
He might have been an angel.
He might have been an angel.
Making him an angel. Catfish hunter. DJ Shark.
Dang it.
I don't know.
Minnow Minosa. Minnie Minoso. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Gary Goldfish. I don't know.
All right, let's go streaking, please, real quick.
It's time to go.
Was that real
streaking.
or fake?
Is that real or fake?
Nostradamus
That's
of
what
MLB. Who
Yeah.
can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you drinking? We're streaking. Sugar cane, real Major League Baseball player. You okay after that loss? I guess
Yeah.
Okay.
But I may not be okay here for long. We'll see. We'll see. Hitting streaks. Dave is at 5. I'm at 9. Chris is at 2. 9 is the season high, by the way. See if we can get to 10, double digits. Dave trying to get to 6.
Chris is cute with his old 2-game streak.
You took Bobby Witt Jr. You
Yeah.
took him yesterday, but he didn't play. So you were only eligible for game 1 of the doubleheader. Ooh, would that cost?
Oh, God.
Only eligible for game 1, Dave. He got up 4 times. I'm so sorry to tell you. He got it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay.
No, Bobby hit Jr.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So Dave is at 6, now batting 236, 5 homers, 11 RBI on the season.
Pretty good.
But the streak is at 6. I took Gunnar Henderson from the Baltimore. Do you know that our Orioles are a?
There's an actual Baltimore Oriole. Did you know that? There's not a Florida Marlin. Maybe there is.
The Oreos.
Right. Is there a New York Yankee?
He got up 3 times. The Orioles only got 4 hits, but all I need is one of those.
All you need is
Gunnar. 0
Oh,
hits.
no.
You suck.
No. No.
More like baby.
Oh.
Firing blanks, Henderson.
Oh,
Not Gunnar.
Que terrible.
So
I've got a streaking question because I'm looking at that box score.
Yeah.
If you would have chosen Jackson Holiday yesterday, he got up, but it was no at bat.
What, did he get walked?
It says no, he didn't get walked. It's just 0 across the board. Would that count or would that not count?
I don't know that he got up then.
Then what?
Was he a pinch runner or something?
Hit by
It
pitch.
says pinch hitter.
Huh.
Hit by pitch. Walk.
Maybe he got hit by a pitch.
Yeah. Maybe he got.
I didn't see him.
Maybe he got bit by an eagle. That's also not an at bat.
Yeah. What
Wow.
happened there?
Something to think about going forward.
Yeah, it is something. You know what? It is something to think about.
I think he did get hit by a pitch.
Yeah, I think he did too. Yeah, I called him.
So would that have counted in the streak or?
I don't think so.
I think you have to have an at bat. I think that's the rule. You have to have an at bat.
It's
There's
a
no
0
at-bats,
ABs.
so you never went there.
Okay. So I'm 0. All right.
Yeah.
Chris was at 2, trying to get to 3. He took Kevin Pillar, Texas Rangers.
Kevin Pillar.
He had a DNP.
Oh.
I think I might be leading the season in that.
I think you might be too.
So new day, Chris. You could pick him or not, but we will have selections for the weekend or for
New
today.
day. Celebrate.
But Dave is the show leader now with 6. I'm at 0. Chris is at 2. A lot of pressure on you now.
Starting to get to the point. I'm not trying to talk smack here, where I'm not. I don't know who I've picked. All.
I think probably a rough guess.
I don't think I've picked Fernando Tatis.
You have, but not in this streak.
Not in this streak. Yeah, I'll take Fernando Tatis Jr.
Okay, last week I got to get a judge's ruling from you two.
The band?
I took Jacob Wilson after we had him on the show. I'm like, we have a show guest, and then you did too. We both got hits.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Mason Miller on next hour. flamethrower.
I say yes.
He doesn't bat.
I say yes.
But will he give me a guy to pick to click today? Can I go off of Mason?
Oh, I thought you were going to say you want to pick him to get a save. I was like, yeah. You can do that. No,
I'll allow that.
Yeah. I would allow. Yes.
Is it fair to ask Mason to pick a player for me?
Pick an A?
Yeah.
That'd be funny to pick somebody.
I'm going to be in the park tonight. I want to see him.
I think it's 100% fair.
Pick a teammate.
And you know what? Even if you pick somebody, well, no, you're starting over, so it could be anybody.
I'm at 0.
Yeah.
Like, I just need a guy to get a hit tonight. Give me a guy.
Yes.
I need a guy.
What if he's like,
because I don't like our
baseball
hitters.
rules. Okay, yeah, we're going up against him.
I think he's going to play along. If he doesn't play along, I'll submit an entry later. So I'm going to wait.
If he doesn't play along, you struck. Well, they're playing the White Sox.
Yeah. He's like everybody.
Yeah,
pick them all.
Like pretty much anyone. Well, it is Sean Burke with the 6.23 ERA.
Not Sean Burke?
Watch, he throws it.
No hitter. Perfect game.
Who is the guy? Wasn't it a White Sox that like should
I'm going to take Aaron Judge.
Oh, yeah.
Chris is like on with the show. Who was the guy? What?
Wasn't there a guy in the White Sox that threw like the most ridiculous out of nowhere perfect game?
Oh, probably.
I can't remember.
Bueller?
It wasn't my guy, Mark Burley. That's who you're thinking of. I swear to God, there's some guy, I want to say it was for the White Sox, that out of nowhere, you're like, why did you throw a perfect game? You suck. Philip Humber. It was Philip Humber. April 21st, 2012.
Baby.
Philip Humber threw a perfect game for the White Sox. He wasn't.
Against who?
30th career start. Yes, against the Mariners.
That's right. I knew that because I had taken Edgar Martinez on streaking.
It was the third one thrown in White Sox history behind Charlie Robertson and Mark Burley, and the 18th no-hitter. It was his second start of the 2012 season. It was his only career complete game, and he got to go on Late Show with David Letterman. He got a congratulatory phone call from President Obama, who's a White Sox fan, after the perfect game.
He's a big fan. Do you know what he told him after for pitching the perfect game?
Do you have the audio of it, Chris?
Yeah.
Chris has the audio. He saves all this stuff.
Thank you.
Wait, can you run that again? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, let me run it back. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That was him.
Thank you for the pitch.
Y'all didn't expect this, of course.
After the perfect game, he allowed 20 runs in his next 3 starts over 13 in a third inning, then missed a month of the season due to a right elbow strain. Following the acquisition of Francisco Liriano, the White Sox removed him from the starting rotation. He went 5-5 with a 6.44 ERA.
He peaked?
I think that was his peak.
He peaked.
Possible Hall of Famer, Philip Humber. Hey, you know what? He's got a perfect game. We'll take a break. When we come back. Last night in the NBA, basketball was played, and we'll talk about it next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-414-4420 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-414-4420 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-414-4420 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Disturbed. Live.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Look, I played a lot of golf courses in Sacramento, but if you want pristine conditions, a fun layout, and 27 holes that never get old, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is the spot. The fairway is perfect. The greens smooth and true. The practice facility, next level. And whether you're out for a casual round or hosting a big tournament, Timber Creek delivers every time. The course is always in top shape. The staff treats you right. And the experience, it's unmatched. It's easily my favorite place to play in Sacramento. Book your tee time now at timbercreekgc.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
You and I were just talking about we're playing golf on Monday.
Yes, Stinger's up.
And I saw this online a while back. Somebody says, Dave, you look tired. You know what? We have this new thing. And
it's a filter.
And it when we put out like video clips and it's got like subtitles on it and all that, it's pretty cool. But it like zooms in on you and me. And I noticed like when my wife first met me, this is a famous story in our household, right? When she first met me, she didn't know I was listening. She thought I was asleep, but I was sleeping over at her place. She lived with a couple of roommates, and I heard her talking downstairs, and she's like, "No, I really like him." They were talking about me, and I tried to not eavesdrop, but what I heard was he's got really droopy eyes, and so to this day, I'm just always like, well, "I'm just saying," but I do. I have droopy eyes.
I think she said dreamy.
It was droopy.
Okay.
And I do. I have droopy eyes. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not tired sometimes, but I think I look artificially tired just because, look, my face was put together in a weird way. It really was. It was like a platypus. Just let's put a giant nose here, some droopy eyes, some jacked up teeth. Let's make his head long, like a moon. Let's give him, he's not going to bald. He's not going to go bald. He's going to have a great head of hair, but we're going to make his hairline go way back in the, what are those called? The widow's peaks. Is that what it's called? The corners of that
power alleys.
Yeah. You know, let's let him grow a beard, but you can't see it. It looks like somebody slapped a bunch of body hair on his face. I just, I was not blessed. I was not blessed with looks, but that's why,
Plus the show's early, by the way.
That's the power alcohol, baby. That's how I got married. That's what I say. To all those look like me out there, just have a couple kids. They can't.
You don't need them all to like. You need one.
You just need one. So, golf. So I saw this thing online, and it was a couple of buddies, and one of their things is every once in a while they play the 4-club challenge. You can only pick 4 clubs for the whole round.
Each person has 4.
Each person gets 4. You got to take the rest out of your bag. So I was thinking, for me, I would take driver and putter, or excuse me, I would take 3-wood and putter.
For sure. Non-negotiables. Those have to be there.
3-wood, putter, probably 7-iron. And then I'm really torn between a lower iron, but I think I would settle on a wedge. Because you can chip with a wedge, you can hit close with a wedge, you can do a lot of things with a wedge. You got to have a putter. You got to have, I don't take driver because I can hit the 3-wood off the tee, but I can also hit 3-wood off the deck a lot easier than driver off the deck. It's that 4th club that's really got me.
What if you don't use a putter?
I'm not that
really difficult.
Yeah,
I mean, you can,
but it's not like people can do it.
Well, if you think about it,
Roy McAvoy did the back 9 with a 7-iron.
I know. That's Roy McAvoy though, dude.
You probably, I mean, would you average, you use the putter more than anything.
Yeah. Because
minimum, it's like, I mean, I won't say minimum. You can 1-putt, you can chip in. But probably per round, you have 36 putts to a hole.
Yeah, I would say that's about right.
Some it's 3, some it's 1. I mean, that's an average. You're not using any other club that much. I think the putter has to be there.
Putter has to be there. And then again, 3-wood gives you almost driver. Yeah. But also you can use that. You're going to use
twice on a par 5.
That's exactly right. You're not going to do that with a driver. And for those of you saying driver off the deck, fine, great. You can do that. That's tough.
Yeah, it's 3 in putter for sure. I probably have a pitching wedge or a sand wedge.
That's what I'm saying. Wedge is in there for sure. It's that iron that's getting.
And it's either like the 7 that you're saying, or I go the other way and get like a hybrid. But that one might not be used that much. And just figure out how to hit maybe a 5 and an 8, 5 and a 7.
Dude, and I'll tell you right now, this is something I started doing about a year ago. Like, and then we'll end golf talk here. If I'm anywhere near the green and it's not rough, it's not if I'm anywhere, a fringe or otherwise, I'm putting. Almost every single time.
Keep it on the ground.
Keep it 9 times out of 10, I'm getting the ball closer to the hole with my putter off the green than I am with a wedge or with a 9 or with a pitching wedge or a 60. It's just that's added.
We'll find out on Monday.
We will find out on Monday. The New York Knicks have taken a 2-1 lead. They get their home court back. Jalen Brunson at 30. Jason, we talked about it earlier. That was a weird ending, dude.
It was.
It was and I don't know that the refs could have done any better in the situation given the constraints of the rules. I thought they handled it fine.
Yeah, the one thing I was thinking was going to happen, we talked about this earlier, where Brunson got fouled. He shot with 0.5 left, a free throw, missed on purpose to make it really the only scenario that Detroit could have won was to somehow grab the rebound and maybe either in midair or a quick step down and 80-foot hook.
Yeah.
Was the way they win. Instead, they started the clock. Immediate, it was just an inadvertent whistle.
Yeah.
So Detroit got to inbound, but I thought, are they inbounding in the front court? But they still had to inbound in the back court. But
yeah, it was
a huge break, so they had a chance. They were out of timeouts, couldn't advance the ball.
Now, had Detroit had a timeout, could they have conceivably inbounded at half court, at mid court?
Well, I think what they could have done, if I'm understanding the rules properly, I think they would have said they had to inbound where they were, but then they could have called a timeout and say, here's our timeout. We're advancing to the front court. And with 0.5, you can throw it at the rim with a tip in or real quick catch and shoot and see if you get a miracle. But they didn't.
The Thunder had a 29-point deficit. Ja Morant went down in a scary place. Thank goodness he walked off, and we'll get an update on him today. The Thunder come back and win. Jason, the play that stood out to me other than the Morant play, I don't know if you caught late in the game the jump ball between Zach Edey and Lou Dort.
Yeah, the off arm.
That's not only the dumbest play I've seen in the playoffs so far. That's a nominee for the dumbest play of the year. Now, I like Zach Edey. I think he's going to be a good pro, and he's a rookie. People do dumb things, but my God, I always tell you sometimes my daughter will walk in the room like stick her hand in a bowl of cereal. That's what it's Zach Edey, who's 7'5", versus Lou Dort, who is incredibly not, and they both go for the jump ball, and Edey basically palms Lou Dort's face and kind of shoves him to the ground while jumping. Now, maybe Dort sold it a little bit. I don't know, but it was clearly
easy call.
An easy call in a very tight situation. What are you doing?
Yeah, the wrong thing, basically.
He didn't even have to jump.
Right. Win that jump, see if he can help you win the game ultimately. That was a big play. The other thing, too, I don't know why I went there and why the Kings are catching strays here, but that felt like a Kings loss to me. You play your hearts out.
It did.
You're doing great. They were going nuts. It's like, I don't think you're going to win this series, but like, wow, you're making me think a little differently about OKC and certainly about Memphis. You're up 29 points. And I think it was 27 when Ja got hurt. You're like, and I think they even maintained it a little bit. It's like 2 minutes left in the half. I'm like, I think they're going to win this one. And then it was just sliding and falling away, and then you lose and you go, I don't know if Ja's coming back.
Right.
Did we just see his last game as a Grizzly? They're probably getting swept. We were so close and feeling so good. It just felt like a Kings loss to me. Is that fair?
It 100% is fair, and I honestly am kind of weirded out that I didn't have that same thought, because you're absolutely freaking right. That is
because like, who has this happened to? Us?
Yeah, that didn't happen to us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm just doing some math here too. Zach Edey has. I know this isn't exact, but Zach Edey is 7 feet 4 inches tall. He has a wingspan of 7 feet 10.5 inches. I know this doesn't work like this, but let's just cut that in half because it's just one arm, right? So let's call that. Let's say that he has at the very least standing. He can add 4 feet to his 7 feet, right? Or somewhere around there. Let's even call it 3 feet. That means that Zach Edey very easily, without doing anything, can reach 10 feet. He can touch the rim without jumping, probably touch the rim without standing on his toes. Lou Dort is 6'2", and I don't care what his reach is. Let's say he has a 7-foot wingspan. That's like 9 something. I honestly, because I said I don't think Zach Edey would have had to have jumped. I actually don't think he would have had to have jumped at all at that jump ball. I don't think Lou Dort from a standing position could jump up and high five Zach Edey if he was standing there holding his arm straight up. Like, that's how stupid that play was. Now I'm actually kind of obsessed with finding out. What would I need? I would need to find out what Edey's actual standing length is with his arm raised. Then I think I would need to find, it would be some sort of math, which is of course perfect, between Lou Dort being 6'2", what is his standing vertical, and then what is half of his wingspan. And I still think I'd probably be off plus or minus 2 or 3 inches. But
and I think there's like a tangent or cosine somewhere.
Yeah, and there's probably a variable.
Yeah.
And then
Pythagorean theorem.
and then right, and then obtuse.
Yeah.
And acute.
It's all about angles.
Because you know how you remember those? Because if it's below 90 degrees, it's a cute angle. And if it's above 90 degrees.
What teacher taught you that?
It's obtuse. Probably Mrs. Emanuel's.
Yes. Teacher of the year.
Yeah, teacher of the year. Also, you got the Clips winning their second straight.
Impressively.
Very impressively.
They could be up 3-0.
They absolutely could be up 3-0. Tough to see the Nuggets winning this series.
I agree. I think I was worried about the Clippers beating Denver, but I thought if they did, up next they would get OKC. I think I don't know that they can beat them, but I think they can push them. I think that'll be close.
Could the LA Clippers be this year's Dallas Mavericks to the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah, they can.
We'll take a break. When we return, we'll get the NBA news and scheduling that you are so desiring. We're going to get a 30-second break here, a word from Jason from Gonzalez Law, and then Mason Miller, A's closer, at 9:30. All coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Let me tell you about SackLegalDefense.com. Jonathan Gonzalez, a lawyer right here in downtown Sacramento, has been serving our area for a long, long time and doing a great job at it. How about from 2016 through 2019? Undefeated in jury trials. His meticulous case preparation, overall approach, and attitude has resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients. And you could be one too. And you might wonder if you need representation. Well, maybe you've done something in your past that's still there, still following you. You haven't been able to shake it. Well, he does that, specialize in that, in expungements, can help you get your life back in order, get your rights back. Maybe you need criminal defense, a sexual harassment case, wrongful termination case, auto accident. All these things happen, and you want to make sure you're prepared and know who to contact. That's why I'm telling you about Jonathan Gonzalez and his law team in downtown Sacramento. 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Jimmy Butler, well, basically is butthurt. Butler. He has a deep gluteus muscle contusion. That's a butt bruise.
Oh, okay. Because that was a lot of words there.
That's a bruised cheeker.
Okay.
Cheekaroni.
That's it? Bruised cheek?
I mean, for the way he went down, thank goodness.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, honestly,
that was awful.
That was incredibly scary. And I mean, look, if you're gonna, you know, there's a lot of meat around those bones for most people. So hopefully, I'm not an expert on the derriere of Jimmy Butler, and I'm sure it hurts like hell. I think it wasn't it. De'Aaron Fox had one of them earlier this year. I think, didn't he have a?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. He had a butt bruise. If you're gonna land somewhere, that's where you want to land.
I guess so.
San Antonio. Oh, we're talking about Butler.
Yeah. Stupid. I mean, we were talking earlier about with John Morant's fall and Jimmy Butler's fall. With John Morant's fall and Jimmy Butler's fall, those are both scary, pretty unavoidable. Neither was dirty. There's not really a rule you could put into place. I guess my question is this. I mean, I know this, again, this is just my stupid brain working, but like, is there any sort of training that any players go through on like how to fall? I know stuntmen and I know a lot of people do.
I don't think so.
I know it exists, that there is a training that exists on how to fall properly, how to like fall, where to fall, what to put out, what not, how to roll.
Yeah. Isn't a lot of that, like if you get up and you're like where you can't get any of your feet down, let's just say.
Yeah.
Isn't the worst one like your hands and all the little bones in there? Yeah. Like that's where you can.
But that instinctively, if I'm falling,
I'm putting my hands down.
I'm putting my hands down. I'm not just like, hey.
Yeah. Face first or lead with the elbows.
Right.
Like, no, can you roll? It's like, no, I don't want to put all my weight on my shoulder. Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't want to land on my head.
Just don't fall.
But also, I'm also the same guy that growing up, like till I was probably 12, thought, okay, if I'm ever in an elevator and it falls, just jump right before the bottom and you're going to be fine.
That was my theory on a plane. Absolutely. I'm like, I don't understand. I'll just jump.
Just jump.
Right when the plane, if it's, heaven forbid, about to crash, I'll jump. I'll be good.
Be good.
No one ever thought of this?
Well, I think that goes right up there with the duck and cover strategy if there's ever any lava.
That was a strategy for lava?
Everything was always
that
duck
was not
and
a
cover.
Lava strategy.
Oh, absolutely.
Where did you hear that?
You haven't seen that, Jason?
I think
Wait, with
there's
lava.
Actually, they used to show this in school.
You never saw it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's all this lava coming from?
Volcanoes.
All of them we have here?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, Jason.
Wait, you guys had that?
Why not? Oh, here
Why
it is.
a duck and cover? That was for earthquakes.
It was also for lava. We're not lying.
But what should you do if a volcano erupts near you or your family? So what will you do when you hear a volcano erupting? That's right. Duck and cover. Looks like you got the idea. Duck and cover. Thank you and goodbye.
I'm surprised you never had that, Jason.
You never had that?
Where was that, in Colorado?
Yeah, it is.
Weirdly enough, where there's a lot of volcanoes, and you can actually see, they actually have a little video of what happens with the
That's
lava.
Right. Duck and cover.
See?
Looks like you got the idea.
Kids are perfectly fine.
Was that anywhere else but there?
I think it only worked in Colorado.
No, on that show.
Oh, on that show?
You guys didn't have that.
No, But duck and cover, I think it was for earthquakes or something.
Yeah, definitely. Get under the desk.
And for atomic blasts.
Yeah, because duck and cover is going to work for an atomic blast.
We had that at my school.
Did you seriously?
During the Iraq War. The first one.
Oh, I thought you said Rock War.
I did too.
Really? MTV?
We had a really, really bad earthquake in Southern California. Like the whole house. Like it was like the house is going down in my mind. I was getting ready to go to school. I was going into the shower. So fully naked.
Oh.
And the house is
just
shaking.
jean shorts.
Yeah. And the jorts. And I'm on the ground, duck and cover, just in the middle of the bathroom going, this is going to be a terrible way to go. They're going to find me in the rubble. Just
I'm trying to find a right way to ask this. Were you soaped up at the time?
No, I hadn't gone in yet. I was just going to shower. Water's just turn the water on. Wait, what's that? I thought like maybe someone was knocking on the door. I'm in here, all right. And then the whole house was shaking. I mean, that was one of the worst that we had done there.
I get it for earthquakes.
Yeah, I guess.
But not for atomic bombs. But I guess also they're not going to do the high school thing. Like they show a film and it's like, hello, kids. If there's ever an atomic bomb, don't worry about doing anything. You're all going to die instantly. You won't feel anything, though. Just say a prayer.
Make sure you eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. And don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. Courage. Salute the flag and get ready, because here it comes.
And always use a number 2 pencil.
All 48 stars.
If there's a refrigerator nearby, get in the refrigerator, remove the food, and close the door. It works for Indiana Jones. True story.
It did. Foolproof.
You got the fridge. The nuke went off.
And then he was like in
fine.
Smallville, wherever he ended up.
Yeah.
That was originally what was going to happen for Back to the Future. How Marty went back in time.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Anything.
He was going to be in a fridge?
He was going to be in a fridge in an atomic bomb testing site, and it was going to knock him back into time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's got to go back in time.
He's got to go back in time.
I think we had some donuts.
Yeah, we might be on a sugar high, everybody. Yeah, don't duck and cover. Just run.
Run fast.
I just say run from everything.
With scissors.
What about getting a pool?
Yeah.
Is that something you can do during an earthquake? Get in a pool?
Why not?
Or is that bad? I don't know.
Ride the wave.
You saw some of those clips out there where that couple people were in the pool during the earthquake in Thailand?
I did. Yeah, but wasn't that on like the top?
Well, there's a couple of them.
What happened? I didn't see it.
It's like these huge waves that were
In
like
the pool?
knocking around. They couldn't get out.
Why am I laughing? That was in our ears.
Jeez, it's okay. Real quick, we have a couple of minutes. You might be aware of the Up and Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Jerry Stack or Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson. Thank you. This caught my eye yesterday. I thought this was quite interesting, Jason. I don't know if you've seen this clip or not, but you may remember there was something called the Malice and the Palace. That happened once upon a time. So an older Steven Jackson and an older Reggie Miller, who was the guest on the program, had a chance to reminisce. And this is what happened.
I've never had a chance to tell you that I'm sorry. No. We all understood what our motivation was for that season. It wasn't for us. It was for you. The whole motivation for getting things done the right way and getting the championship was for you. So I never got a chance to apologize to you for my actions. Now, with me saying that, I love you even more because you defended me, because you knew that I was just being a loyal teammate.
First of all, I got to take a drink because told you I didn't want to go there, man.
I'm trying to hold mine in.
All right, let me start. You don't need to say it to me, man. Come on, man. So, you don't need to apologize to me. First of all, you young cats, and when I say young, I mean Jamal, Jermaine, Al, yourself, Ron. Those last few years in Indiana, my best years. I didn't have my superpowers, but I felt, and you guys made me feel like I was Superman. We had some dogs, man. We had a squad that was arguably, and I played on some Indiana teams that were destined, should have, could have, but always came short. That team, we were stacked, man. We had the best interior defender in Jermaine. We had the best perimeter defender, in my opinion, to this day, in Ron. You coming, having been a champion with these young guys. We had just lost to
Detroit the year before without you, and we smacked them there. But you don't need to apologize because that's basketball. That's life.
That was pretty good.
That's great.
And if you get a chance, check out the Untold documentary on the Malice
really?
Morales on Netflix. Oh man.
Is Ron in it? I mean,
yeah.
Is he interviewed?
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Good. You get the story of the, hey, are we going to get in trouble?
Also, how much does the music add to that too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the music totally made that a lot more emotional. It was still emotional, but
but also seeing Reggie's face. And,
Reggie.
And if you watch that documentary, I think Jermaine O'Neal wants a big apology.
Wants a big apology?
Yeah.
From who?
From like the guys that went into the stands.
Oh, really? Didn't Jermaine O'Neal?
Yeah, he was
take a full swing on that dude.
Not in the stands though.
Come on, Jermaine. Stop crying, Tito.
Yeah.
We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, let's say we talk to perhaps the best closer in baseball.
Let's do it.
I think he wants to come on the show.
He does.
And who is he going to pick for Jason streaking?
I'm going to ask him.
Mason Miller of Your Athletics joins us next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with a Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hello, I'm Frank Aqua, Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. The international trade seesaw continues with uncertainty and ambiguity, the current norm. Trump stated that he thinks tariffs on China are high and will be lowered substantially. This gave the stock market some optimism. Of course, this was quickly rebuffed by China's Ministry of Commerce, who said there is no progress, but the U.S. should remove all unilateral tariffs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent then countered that the U.S. has the opportunity for a big deal on trade. The uncertainty of all this has caused the International Monetary Fund to lower growth estimates in Asia to 3.9% from 4.6%. Uncertainty is only limited to trade, as Trump has been thought to be exploring firing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who he appointed in 2017. The heart of the rift between the two is the autonomy of the Federal Reserve. Trump feels the president should have sway over monetary policy, while the Federal Reserve was established to be autonomous to avoid political pressure on monetary policy. The stance on firing Powell has softened, but the ask is still there. Lower interest rates. Now, how might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Midnight, them rival wound up too tight.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, welcome in, Carmichael Dave.
Hey there.
Jason Ross. And very potty mouth Nickelback. Welcome back. Well, you know that is the
that's the entrance. That is the song.
That is the entrance. That is the song. Jason.
Yes.
The Athletics are playing here in Sacramento. And I'm just going to call him the best closer in baseball because
let's do it.
And he is joining us today. You just heard his theme song. It's Mason Miller. Mason, it's Dave, it's Jason. Really appreciate you joining us on the morning of a game day. How are you?
Doing well, fellas. How about you?
Well, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're excited to talk to you. And I know you've done hundreds of interviews and, you know, hey, that fastball is amazing. And it is. And, what does it feel like to get a save? We're going to ask you stuff like that. But we always try to do a little research. And is it true you're an Eagle Scout?
Yes, it is true. I earned my Eagle Scout honor, and let's see, it's been a while now. Graduated high school in 2016, so probably winter end of 2015, 2016.
Now, for people that don't know, like becoming an Eagle Scout, that's not like you went out and did a thing. Like that is a freaking road.
Yeah,
you have to do like projects for the community and memorize, all this stuff, the motto and the all of that. Two questions here. Have you retained a lot of that knowledge? Like if we were all trapped in the woods, or you the guy tying the knot, right? And then secondly, I mean, this is a weird one, but like, does your Eagle Scoutiness, I don't know what the term is, does that help you mentally or at all in baseball?
I think that it is a long road, like you said, and you learn a lot along the way. I wasn't necessarily the biggest outdoorsman. I think I had more knowledge than the average guy, but I wasn't as into it as, some of the other guys were. But, it's a time in life that you learn a lot about yourself, kind of regardless of, what you're involved in. Usually your activities and your passions and all that stuff shape you. I think the biggest thing I gleaned from it was just my care for service and, wanting to be involved in the community and platform that I'm on now. I'm able to do that, especially with kids with type 1 diabetes. So I would say that my aptitude to serve and, care for people that I'm able to reach, I think a lot of that can be attributed to my time in Scouts.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So
by the way, I was a wee below Jason. So I don't know if you.
I don't think that compares.
I was a wee below.
You're way below. Not wee below. Way below.
That's how far I made it. Mason made it a little bit.
Yeah. Mason, I was thinking about last night. When a walk-off happens, we see the natural part of everybody running out, celebrating Jacob Wilson game-winning hit. You were preparing to warm up. How do you run from the bullpen? Like, where do you celebrate in that mix?
We celebrate as a bullpen. I kind of want to run onto the field. I think that's the biggest thing I miss about being in the dugout and starting is being able to celebrate when the guys have a huge moment like that. But we can't wait to get to the clubhouse and we get some in there. So it's cool. We're almost on an island down there watching, but we're rooting for the guys just as hard as the guys in the dugout.
I know you've been asked a version of this a bunch, and we're in Sacramento. You're also not going to offend us. We get it. You're not playing in the classic major league ballpark, but is there something that stands out to you as the biggest difference for you when it comes to facilities or things you can or can't do that you can in other parks?
It's an adjustment for sure. Wherever we went, it was going to feel like an adjustment for different reasons. You have call a place home for me, it was 2 years, but you get used to it. You have a routine place that, you're used to living, the drive in, the facilities and all that. And they've done a good job preparing this place for us, but it is a big change. And I would say the most notable one's probably just locker room location, it being in left field as opposed to connected to the dugout. I think that's just the most noticeable change. But as far as the facilities go, they've taken care of us for sure.
Well, you've been in Northern California for a little while, but how about Sacramento? How are you adjusting to being in this city so far?
Yeah, I mean, the first month of the year really just feels like it flies by. You go from spring training, you're parked in one spot for 6 weeks down there in Phoenix, and get out and we start on the road for 4 games, come home for 3 games, back on the road. So it's really felt like a blur, but I think it's starting to feel like home. Getting settled and everything, getting used to the city, getting out and trying some new restaurants and things like that. So we're enjoying ourselves. We miss having a 10-game homestand, that's for sure. We'll be 7 games, I think, is the longest homestand. Which usually ends up feeling like 6 days since we leave. We leave after the game, the final day, but we're trying to make the most of it for sure.
Mason, I was at the game the other night against Texas, and you guys have a 3-run lead. Everybody that's still there is waiting for you to enter, and the song starts, the lights go out, the flames are on the scoreboard. I mean, as a fan watching that, it's awesome, but it's not for me. It's for you. Like, what is that feeling like, leaving the bullpen, taking the mound with just that kind of entrance, your song and the lights and just the whole display they do for you?
Yeah, that honestly was the first full-blown time doing it with the lights and everything.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty awesome. I won't lie to you. I love getting in the game regardless, even if it's on the road and I'm running in, the fans are, cheering for their guys. It's just that big moment that gets you excited, and to be able to do it, and get a little show when you come in, I think that juices you up a little bit more for sure. But just getting out to the mound and trying to get those last 3 outs that's my job, and that's really what I look forward to doing every time I get the opportunity.
I want to drill deeper on that because I was already a fan of yours, but knowing that you got a Nickelback song because here's the thing: Nickelback, Creed, Coldplay, like the holy triad of bands that are like incredibly successful, but nobody wants to admit they like. I like all 3 of them. So how did it go about getting the song? And then did you ever even care that it was Nickelback? Are you a Nickelback guy? Is it just the song? I mean, give us a little more on that.
Yeah. I'm not like a guy that bangs to all 3 necessarily, but we listened to some Creed in the locker room. We had a guy last year that was a big Creed guy, so we'd have it on. It's good pump up music, I think, and regardless of how people feel about it, I think to your point about a couple of days ago when I came into the game, the fans are excited. I think that's all a walkout song is really going to come down to is, does it get everybody pumped up and excited and jumping around or loud? Or does it just kind of pass you by? So when I started, I had, a slower paced song. I went to the bullpen and I knew I needed to add a little bit of, speed and pump up to the music. So the song came from one of my buddies, a college catcher, actually. But yeah, I like it. It's grown on me. I've never been a Nickelback hater or anything like that. But I've never been, a guy that's ready to go to war with somebody over whether it's good or bad.
I'll get you a mixtape. Don't worry. You came on the show. We should do something nice for you.
That's right.
Get you a Nickelback mixtape. It's a good band.
What Mason has been your career highlights so far? You got a long way to go, but All-Star game last year, like what have been some of your career highlights so far?
Yeah, certainly the All-Star game last year, really, really surreal experience being on the field with so many of the game's stars, plenty of which I grew up. I say grow up, but in high school, college was fans of. Then got the opportunity to share a field with a similar honor to them. But obviously the debut as well is a big one in a player's journey. You spend your time, whether it be in the minor leagues or college or just, at some point in your journey, unless you're a can't miss prospect, you have had some doubts or you have some people that, you tell them you're a minor league baseball player and you're working to be in the big leagues, and they say, yeah, okay, whatever you say. So to have that dream realized and to have that moment with your family, have been at the game, get the chance to perform on the biggest stage, I think that's a hard feeling to top on an individual level. And I think now that's shifted just to kind of team aspirations and team goals. Now that I've been doing it for a couple years, I think the group that we get to come to the field and work with every day that has been put together for us is really starting to come into its own, and that's exciting for us. So I'm hoping that we're able to have some team highlights that I can put into that memory bank of super memorable baseball experiences.
Well, Mason, last one for me, and we appreciate you joining us. Mark Kotze ultimately has the belief in you to call on you to close out a game. I'm going to try to put my faith in you as well. We do a game on the show where we pick a player a day. If they get a hit, we have a hitting streak and we continue. Well, my streak got broken yesterday, and I said, I'm picking an A today. I'm just going to, but I'm going to ask Mason Miller. So from your lineup today, who do you feel best about? Who's going to get me a hit? And I'm going to go with whoever you say, and that's who I'm going to pick today.
There you go.
Just from my understanding, it's Sacramento sports show, but we don't usually pick the A's players to get hits.
Oh, no. We do. I have.
We can pick anyone.
I took Kurtz the other day in his debut. He got a hit in the first inning.
Yep.
So, yesterday, I'll say it. Gunnar Henderson ruined it for me from the Orioles. So I'm done with him.
Ruined it. Yeah. We should stay with our guys. I think the safest bet's Jacob Wilson.
Boom.
Yeah, that's
Jacob Wilson, friend of the show.
Yeah, we had him last week. Walk off yesterday. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, big time.
Well, brother,
you can't argue with the average. He got his first walk out of the way.
Right? Yeah, that's right. He didn't have a 3-ball count.
The guy's going to be putting the ball in play, so you got to fight and champ.
There we go.
Oh, well, nobody puts the ball in play against you, dude. You're tearing it up. Keep doing it. Welcome to the city.
Yes.
We, do our best to make you feel at home. You ever need any restaurant recommendations, we're always here for you, and hopefully we talk to you later in the season, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
That's Mason Miller.
Yes.
Good stuff. Eagle Scout, Mason.
Yeah. Jacob Wilson. I feel good about that.
I honestly feel
thank
good
you,
about
Mason.
that. Because you guys over for
Why don't you pick an A? I do. I have.
Did I tell you I like that?
That was a correct response.
Sacramento radio show, and you're not just picking A's.
Yeah.
Look,
he's not wrong.
I stopped myself from saying I actually pick against the A's, sir.
Thank you, Chris. We'll take a break. Friday Fun and Games, Celebrity Birthdays next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back, He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Johnny Mosley with Friday's Toyota Tahoe report. The weather's looking a little iffy up here for sure, but there's still plenty of fun to be had on the mountain. Pack a couple extra layers, load up your Toyota, and head on up here.
Thanks, Johnny. A slight chance of showers this afternoon with partially sunny skies and a high near 51. Tonight, snow levels at 7,000 feet, lowering to 6,300 feet after midnight. Tomorrow, there will be a chance of rain and snow showers. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Second baseman Zach Geloff, out with that fractured right hand, has started up baseball activity, including fielding grounders and throwing. He has been cleared to start a hitting progression, and the A's remain hopeful that he could return in early May. Ken Waldichuk, left-handed pitcher, out with that left elbow sprain, threw all fastballs in his last bullpen. He's targeting a return before the All-Star break. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called Downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222, and visit them at calldowntown.com.
Save $12,750 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Silverado 1500 LT and RST 5.3 in stock at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. After all rebates. And Maida Chevy still has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $12,750 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big. Huge! See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Stating 2011 renewal, not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th, with Diamond Pacific Supply and Trex, Mykel Ultra, and Carl's Jr. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome in, Friday Fun and Games, Crosstalk, Celebrity Birthdays. Here's a fun fact for the day. Did you know that very briefly, Sopranos star, the late James Gandolfini, was floated as a possibility to play the role of Jack in Titanic?
I did
not know that until 5 seconds ago. His screen presence was deemed way too intense. I think they got it right.
Yeah.
I think they got it right.
I think so.
Hey, I'm on top of the world.
Was that?
That's my James.
I said James was no longer with us. Am I wrong? Because that sounded exactly.
That sounded. I
very
kind of
much
went
like
patchy
him.
there.
A little bit. Jason Ross, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, we have to honor our great sponsors, the Crumble Cookies.
Crumble Cookies.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Crumble Cookies. Oh, my God. Is that a Crumble Cookie? Yes, it is.
So it is time, guys. Turn over your paper. We got birthday grid.
Birthday grid.
These are people having birthdays either today, tomorrow, or Sunday, and then we get the mystery down at the bottom. Dave, you are going to play first on this offensive round. On this grid, there's, 20 names of people having birthdays. Pick the one you're most confident with, and we're going to keep score. The further you're off, you lose points.
All right.
+3 for anything.
So I am guessing here.
Yeah,
this is
you have the first pick. This is the prime spot, the one you're most confident in.
Gotcha. I will take Arch Manning.
Arch Manning is how old this weekend?
20.
Dave gets +3. Correct answer.
Oh, good. Oh,
no,
yes.
Not a minus.
Okay,
you
yes.
nailed it.
I nailed it.
Alan Stiles. Everyone but Arch Manning is on the board.
I'm gonna go
most confident. Dave's got a big lead.
Yeah, that's it's a good job.
It's a good start.
I'm gonna go Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Oh, off the namesake.
Yes, sir.
Keenan Allen Stiles.
I don't know that I'll nail it, but feels like he's been around for a bit. I'm gonna say
You know what they say about wide receivers.
I'm gonna say he's 32.
Okay, -1.
He was 33.
33.
I thought
he's
that was
32
a little
today.
old.
But
I thought that was a little old.
Chris Verlaud.
I feel very confident about this choice.
Dangerous.
Al Pacino.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe he is 1840.
He's not
85.
85.
Chris Verlaud. +3.
Wow.
Correct
He was
answer.
very, very confident.
Kyle Ledbetter.
I will say Xavier Worthy is 22.
Xavier Worthy. Tell me. Oh, he's at the bottom. Kyle. +3.
Wow. What a
Alan,
round for
how do you
everyone
feel
but
that
Alan.
everyone else was right but you?
Great for them.
But you're only at -1. This is a good game. Dave.
Yeah.
You are now playing defense.
Okay.
So you can give a selection on this board to Alan Stiles, who currently is in last.
Okay, so I'm giving it to Alan Stiles.
Yeah, hello.
All right. Talia Shire.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Can I give a hint or no?
No.
Yes, because I have no idea who that is.
You do.
You both do. Okay. You want to say, is your hint one word?
From the movie, you mean?
Yeah. No? Okay.
I was going to do 2 words.
It's okay.
That
It's
movie
okay.
title and their relationship to the person.
It's okay.
It's
I'll wear
fine.
it.
Go
No,
ahead.
no.
I think in fairness, because that's
Yeah,
a tough one.
that
I have
is a
this
tough one.
No. It's okay.
Who do you think it is? No, if you don't know.
I think
okay.
it's like somebody in Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna give the hint. I think
Talia
that,
Shire.
Yeah. In the movie Rocky, Rocky's wife.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay.
Thought you would have known that.
She's still with us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, not in the movie.
I'm gonna say 70.
Okay. -9.
She's 79.
Correct.
That's right.
All right, you're right, Alan.
Good job,
Now
Dave.
you can get Chris Verlaud.
I'm just doing people I don't know. Hank Azaria.
Oh, no.
Big mistake.
Big mistake,
Well, we'll
dude.
see. We'll see.
My over-under is he'll miss it. He'll be +/-2.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Hank Azaria does many voices on The Simpsons. He's in an Al Pacino movie.
Not as many as he used to.
I am. I'm going to say 64.
Okay. -3, 61.
Ooh, I was thinking 61.
Chris,
No, you weren't.
for
Liar.
Kyle.
Kyle, tell me how old Carol Burnett is.
Well done.
Well, I don't know who that is,
Well
but at
done.
least I know who Hank Azaria is.
Do you want a hint?
No, go ahead and give him a hint.
No,
You do.
may I give him a hint? She was the evil villain in Annie.
She was the star of the Carol Burnett show.
That's a great point.
Which Annie? That's a good question.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those. I'm going to just say 50.
Close.
I wrote down
Close.
-35 and I was low. -42.
They're 8 years old?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Other way around, pal.
92.
The original.
That's usually me that gets that.
Yeah.
Gets that. Oh, Chris, you're off by 17.
Kyle, you get to apply some punishment to Carmichael Dave.
Yeah.
Love that.
Ooh, give me that punishment.
First, is Sean Evans the Hot Ones guy?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go Herm Edwards then.
Oh.
You play to guess the age. Herman Edwards. Let's see. I'm going to do some math here. 72.
Herm Edwards, 71. -1. So after 2 rounds, Dave is in the lead, followed by Chris, then Alan, and Kyle. Here we go. All right.
Kyle's done.
Okay, so here we go.
You never know.
You never know. You're right. He can. This round, I'm going to select for you guys.
Okay.
So, Dave, I would like you to pick.
Back to back. Son of a.
Let's go with Jet Li.
He's going to be older than I think he is. He's going to be older than I think he is. I'm going to say Jet Li. I'm just going to make it rhyme. Jet Li is 63.
Dang, Dave is on fire. -1, 62.
Yes!
Oh, okay, quickly. Alan, let's give you Renee Zellweger.
I do know who she is.
Yeah.
70.
What?
Whoa,
You don't know who she
crazy.
is.
-14,
Jeez.
56. Chris, Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling.
Oh,
Still with
he's
us.
still with us.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
He is 87.
Okay, -4. 91. And then let's go with Lizzo for you, Kyle.
34.
Okay, not bad. -3, 37. All right, last one. This is the mystery round.
Yep.
Carmichael Dave, the NFL draft's going on. In what year on this date did Drew Bledsoe get taken?
Drew Bledsoe. Oh, Drew Bledsoe was taken in 1990.
Okay, -3, 93. Alan, the movie on this date, Avengers Endgame, in what year?
Oh.
Basically giving it to him.
Oh.
No.
Hurry.
Okay, 2018?
-1, 2019. Chris, the movie Friday.
Friday came out in 1995.
Friday came out in 1995.
+3, you got it right on. And Alan, Kyle, on this date, in what year did Matthew Stafford get taken number 1?
2008.
-1, 2009. I don't know who won. I think maybe Chris or Dave.
I came in second.
I know Chris and I are pretty close.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Alan will have the final total during his program of who won. Anything else? I mean, we're cutting into your time now. Anything else coming up that we need to know about very quickly?
NFL draft, Shador Sanders, the Kings. We have a list of names when Scott Perry said his phone was incessantly ringing. If any of these names were calling him, would you want them over Doug Christie?
That's Alan Stiles for Mason Miller, Chris Verlaud, Jason Ross. I'm Carmichael Dave.